Joe Rogan Podcast, check it out.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Train by day, Joe Rogan Podcast by night, all day.
Leon, what's up?
I'm good. How are you?
Dude, first of all, fun hanging with you last night. It was a good time.
This is the first time seeing you live. I was saying to my manager, you're so effortless. It's like talking, right? But it's still funny. It was like, if you can approach fighting like that, like make it effortless, then you're doing a good job.
Well, I think some guys can at certain stages, right? Like there's moments in fights where don't you feel like you're in a zone sometimes and it just, everything's flowing?
Saturday night,
yeah.
I felt good. All backstage because leading up to the fight, everyone was like ring rust. So I was kind of waiting for some feeling to say, where's ring rust, right? But I felt great backstage. And I preferred fighting with no crowd.
Did you really?
Yeah. You get to the apex and it's like, you get there, you wrap your hands, you warm up, you fight. There's no hanging around for 5 hours backstage and it's like a gym, right? You get there, you warmed and you just go compete. So I preferred it for sure.
Do you prefer it because of there's no noise, no distractions, no nothing?
And you can hear your coaches clearly.
Yeah.
Instructions clearly.
Yeah.
And I'm a very good listener to my coaches. So I wouldn't say I prefer it, but it was good. I enjoyed it.
You have been in a very interesting position over the last few years where you are one of the top UFC welterweights, but just because of bad fortune, just things just haven't totally lined up correctly.
Yeah.
Fights have fallen apart, injuries and sicknesses, and a bunch of shit went down. And until Saturday night, you had been kind of ignored by a lot of fans. Like a lot of people don't understand what level you're at. They don't understand. And I think they saw it for the brief moment that you fought Saturday night, but then unfortunately there's the injury. You know, Bilal has the accidental eye poke, and it's another unfortunate situation. But at least during that
first round?
Yeah, the first round, they got to see your skill level.
Yeah, for sure. And I was just getting warmed up as well. I got, over the last year and a half, I've learned so much that I wanted to show, and to have that incident happen, it's one in a million, right? When you're preparing in camp, you're like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then when that happened, I was like, I thought it was like, okay, take 5 minutes, let it play out a little bit, and then hopefully we can fight again. But his eye was that bad.
His eye was so fucked.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't a poke.
Nah, it wasn't a poke.
It was like a knuckle.
If you see the picture, it's like, you're a kicker, right? So when you're kicking, you don't hold your fist and kick like this, right? You kind of use it to momentum to swing your arm back. And as I was doing it, it kind of just like grazed his eyes. Well, not grazed, it kind of went deep, but it grazed his eyes a bit. And then.
But was it like the front knuckles?
It looked like it from the pictures. Like, I couldn't tell. I didn't feel it. I thought it was the kick that got him in his body, and then he fell down at the start. You know, then when he started grabbing his eyes, I was like, oh shit, I caught him in his eye. You know,
right?
But I thought it was just literally the kick that caught him, because I did this and then.
I think Dana put a photo on his Instagram, Jamie.
I think it was the knuckle. You weren't this for sure.
It's so unfortunate, man. But I mean, for you, what I was getting at was that it has to be so frustrating. Here you are, another ad blocker. Here you are. You have this long layoff, and fights keep getting canceled, and then you finally get a fight. You're performing really well, and then this happens.
It's like the bad luck, right? The last year or so, just one after another. After the Woodley fight, I was meant to fight Woodley in London in March, and had that cancelled the week before, on the Sunday before the fight, and then from there just bad luck trickling down. So yeah, it's like
it's like the bottom of your finger.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's straightforward. It's like it's just getting in there. That's terrible.
And it wasn't the eyeball, right? It's like the under the eyelid.
Yeah.
You know? Cause I saw Bilal Sunday in the casino in Vegas, and his eyes was fine. Just it's the lid that was bruised. But
yeah, he said the vision started returning the next day, and now he said there's no permanent damage, so he's gonna be okay. He got his lid stitched up.
Yeah, I wish him well. So good.
Yeah, he's a great guy, and it was a great opponent for you too, because he's so relentless. He's constantly moving forward. He's a tough guy.
He's durable.
Yeah, he's
very
very
durable.
very
When I caught him with a head kick in the first round, and I kind of rushed my work a little bit. I kind of went wild and started swinging for him, but I should have picked my shots a little bit better. But he's tough. He's durable, but he doesn't beat me in a given day. You know, I believe if we fight 10 times, I'll beat him 10 times, and that's just it. He was a late step in for Hamzat, fell out, and I think he should go back, work his way back up, and then hopefully we can meet somewhere down the line. But for now, I'm looking towards the title shot. I'm looking towards being a world champion.
Do you think that the title shot is warranted just because of your previous work and just because of the great first round that you had? But I mean, do you feel like there's any unfinished business because of the way that fight ended?
With Bilal?
Yeah, with Bilal.
I don't believe so. I think from the first round, normally I'm a slow starter, right? So if that's my if that's my first round, you're not making it to the fifth, you know. So I think everyone saw where the fight was going, and he wouldn't have made it to number 5. So
I understand your confidence. I really do, and this is not to demean that at all. But you gotta give the guy an opportunity, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, here's my point. If the fight went the first round, if the eye poke didn't happen, the referee just stopped the fighter. But they're like, what are you doing? Well, you know where this fight's going. Well, you don't know where a fight's going because fights are crazy. Like, weird shit happens. People slip. Guy gets them in a choke. Like, weird stuff happens. People get injured. You know, someone throws a calf kick. All of a sudden, your leg goes numb. You get hit with a punch. Weird shit happens. Fights are crazy. You know that?
It's crazy, but
you know what I'm saying? No, I know
I know what you're saying, but I would have won that fight clearly. Joe, normally I'm a slow starter in the first round, right?
I know.
So I felt great Saturday night, and even if I felt good, Bilal was not beating me.
I completely appreciate your confidence, but as a fan of you and as a fan of Bilal, I don't think it would be a bad thing to run back.
Not straight away. I'm looking to that's my ninth fight, right, in a row.
Mm-hmm.
I won an 8-fight win streak, fought Bilal. I would have won the fight. So that'd be 9th fight without a loss from getting beat by Usman 5-6 years ago. So I feel I've done enough work now to prove that I belong at least in number 1 contender fight or title fight. You know, so
I can totally appreciate your position, but I can also appreciate Bilal's position.
I know where it's coming from. I would say if I was him, I'd probably do the same thing, right? He's ranked number 13, 14, and this big opportunity, his first main event, number 3 guy in the world. So I know where he's approaching it from, but I am looking for my own career, right? I want to look towards the title shot.
I understand.
Hopefully we'll get it.
Yeah, you've had all these weird situations where things fell apart. It's very unfortunate. And did you feel like the Hamzat fight was strange too? Because like here's this guy who has only had a few fights in the UFC. He's got a lot of hype behind him because he's had like the Mearshart fight was a great result. He looked fantastic, but then all of a sudden he's fighting you. Yeah,
like it was weird, right? Because 2 weeks before that, Dana White came out and he's like, nah, I'm never going to fight Leon or no one in top 5. And then next week, he's like, Leon, you want to fight him? I was like, you just said, I'm too high ranked for him. But
where do you think that came from?
I don't know. I think everyone was turning him down, you know, and everyone was turning me down as well. So they was like, okay, you want to fight him? I was like, okay, what about Kobe? He's like, Kobe said no. What about Masvidal? Masvidal said no. What about Wonder Boy? Wonder Boy is injured. So I was like, okay, you got the most hype in the division now. That I could like piggyback off to get to a world title shot, right? And this was a kid. Dana White build him up as this kid that can't be beaten, is tough, and so I was like, okay, I'll go out there, I'll fight him, and when I beat him, I'll fight for the world title, and that was my plan, right? To use this hype they're building around him to get me to a world title shot. I'm always looking towards the title shot, right? So any way I can get there easier. I was going to use Hamzat to get there.
Isn't it weird how hype comes along sometimes? Like some guys just get washed up in hype and they're just flying down the river. Like, what's going on?
And I was like, I've been in the promotion for so long. I had like an 8-second knockout and everything. I did exactly what he did, but like you said, right, just random, just comes from nowhere. And
well, it's sometimes it's justified. Yeah. Like, remember when Joaquin Buckley, when he landed on how do you say his name? How the fuck? He's got the gentleman he kicked with that wild kick.
Yeah.
How do you say his last name?
That was a good kick.
It's a crazy kick.
That was a good
He's
kick.
holding on one leg and
That was
he
a good-
does a jump spinning back kick to the
I
face
was,
with
I
the
was
other leg.
I was practicing it in the gym the next day.
It's a wild
It was
technique.
good.
Kasangana, right? That's how you say it, right? That's hype that's deserved. But, you know, every now and then, I mean, that makes sense. Like, then people were paying attention to him, you know? But every now and then, like, a guy will get so much hype and then it becomes like a thing of its own. Like, people start paying attention to it more than anything. And it's weird. Like, personality and hype, it's so important for selling fights.
Yeah, 100%.
So important.
It's been on that since back in the day, right?
Yeah.
Since boxing's like, we can put the bums on the seat.
Yep. That's everything.
That's everything, right? So
Yeah.
it's not really about skill set. A bit about skill set, but it's more about you can put the most bums on the seat. And
It's about everything, right? Like, remember when Prince Nassim Hamed would come out on a throne and they'd
Bro,
carry him out? Like,
dancing and shit.
yeah, there's certain things that have to sell. Do you ever think about that? Like, man, maybe I should talk more shit, or maybe I should be more flamboyant. Like, how do I get more hype, or should I just keep winning?
Yeah, if you just keep winning, keep doing your thing, right? Because
Yeah.
if I come out tomorrow now, start dressing like everyone's wearing like robes and shit now, start wearing a robe and paint my hair pink, and you'll be like, "What the hell are you doing?" You know. So
Then
I
you
think,
look desperate, right?
Yeah, exactly. You look weird. So I think be yourself. Keep winning. That's important, and they can't deny winners, right? That's what I believe. If you work hard and you win, they can't deny you. So I'll win it my way, and I'll enjoy it better when I win it my way. So
What has it been like going through this lull where you couldn't get a fight?
a lot of ups and downs. Obviously, you got especially that was my fourth camp before I fought Bilal, kind of the Woodley camp. So it was a lot of ups and downs, but I use that time off to grow, right? I kind of changed my mentality. Like, hey, instead of sitting around and bitching and complaining about no one want to fight me, use it as like a blessing. Use it to improve your skill set. Use it to improve your mindset, and that's what I did in the last year and a half. You know, I use it to approach the game different. I can control what I can control, which is all I have to do is turn up to training. That's it, right? I can't control Masvidal or Kobe not fighting me, but I can control training. And that's what I did. I control what I could control and turn up to the gym, working hard, dedicating myself, staying disciplined. Cause I know one day I'm gonna fight, right? So instead of sitting around and complaining and not growing, not learning, well, maybe I'll use it into my favor. It's a blessing, and I have grown leaps and bleeps since my last fight when I fought RDA, and I feel good.
Now, when you say improve your mindset, like, what do you mean by that?
Just the way I look at the game, you know. As before, I was kind of fighting to win, not to hurt them, you know. And I'm fighting now to hurt them. I want to be a world champion. I don't feel like winning is enough now, you know, because I'm on an 8-5 win streak. That's the third most in the division history. Is GSP one, I think, or no, Kamara's one, I think. GSP and me, and so now I'm just fighting to hurt them and to cement my name in the division, and that's my mindset now. I'm not fighting to win no more. I've won enough I know I can beat them, you know, and the more I win, the more confidence I get, and the more I compete against these guys, the more I know I can be a world champion. You know, coming from the UK, everyone tells you that you're from the UK, you can't wrestle, you can't do this, you can't do that, and I'm proving it's fight by fight, and I'm going to achieve being a world champion coming from the UK, and it's going to mean so much for the kids coming under me. That's my motivation to be a world champion.
So this was like a conscious decision. Do you remember making it? You remember deciding, like, I'm going to stop trying to just win fights. I'm going to decide to hurt people.
Yeah. I thought it wasn't like a day, but I was remember my mind just over the last year and a half, my mind just changing that you got everything to be to do this. Why you? I don't know what it was. It's kind of just fighting just to. It's like, I don't know. You kind of just find just to like win, right? I think the money as well. Like in UFC, it's like if you lose, you get half of your pay. But now, like Saturday night, it was like a flat fee, right? So it's win, lose, or draw. I get the same money. So, and I still went out there and perform the best of my abilities. So they should probably change that as well. But I think the mindset changed over time. Or like just one day. It's like over the last year or so, my mind frame changed.
Do you ever work with a mental coach or anything like that?
No.
Never?
No, I don't believe in it.
Really?
I don't believe in it because I got teammates that do it. you know, and work with coaches, but I think my life experience has helped me in the position I'm in.
What specific life experiences?
Just coming from where I came from, you know, a lot of ups and downs. I came from some ups and downs is like the norm to me, right? I look forward to facing that adversity. When I do face it, I know I can get through it, and so that's what it is really. I look forward to adversities. So I know I've been here before. I've been doing this since I was a kid, you know. So it's I look forward to it.
When did you get started in martial arts? How old were you?
17.
17?
Yeah, like straight into MMA. I didn't start. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't do nothing before. It was like hanging around on the street with your friends and into martial arts. So.
That's interesting because when you watch you kick, you would swear that you had like a traditional martial arts background.
Yeah, I did. Everyone said that. Everyone said that as well in my gym, but I did nothing at all before. I went straight from hanging around the street with my friends to one day a gym was getting built in my area. My mom said try it out. I tried it out and I was stuck to it.
Wow.
And fell in love with it. And I fell in love with the striking first, even though I was doing all of it, but the striking just caught my attention, and then the grappling coming later.
It's so interesting now that you're seeing like a whole crop of kids that are evolving that came straight into MMA, nothing else.
Yeah, I can imagine like another like 20 years. Cause my son now he's doing martial arts, he's kickboxing and jiu-jitsu. So I can't imagine like their generation what they're gonna be like, right? Because every fight, every year there's like a new technique that's coming out, and like that calf kick, like that's like a new technique. Will last couple of years?
Yeah,
they've been using it
4 or 5 years.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm looking forward to see how far MMA goes and what's the next thing that's gonna come.
Did the calf kick, did that surprise you, like the popularity of it?
Yeah.
How quickly it became like such an important technique because you land a few of them, just 3 or 4 of them, and then the guy's fucked.
I first had it when I went to AKA, and Luke Rocco did it to me. This was like 5 years ago. And he kicked my calf when I was sparring, but I didn't feel it when I was sparring. But after the spar, my whole legs was dead for like a week, you know. So I thought, that's a good kick. But I got like skinny shins. I'm like scared to like break my legs, so I never tried. But it's a good technique.
Right when you see like the Anderson Silva break.
Yeah. I got some bony legs, bro. So I'm not one to kick in the calf. I'm like body kicks. I kick the thighs and the body and the head, but. The calf, I think it's like a technique too as well, right? You got to get like the meaty part of the shin, so it's a good technique to use.
It's just so strange when you see like the Dustin Poirier fight, the first fight with Conor, and then the second fight with Conor, how different it was not kicking the thigh, but instead kicking the calf. Like
shut him down, right?
Shut him down, yeah.
She like 3 kicks it landed, I think.
I don't know. I mean, you'd have to go back and watch it. I think it was a few. But
I think when watching the countdown, like Conor approached the game like just boxing, right? You can tell like a boxing coaching, and that's all he was doing. So I thought there's a good technique to use to if you're gonna fight him, you're looking at what he's doing in his training camp. You're gonna kick him, right? He's a boxer, so fair play to Dustin. He's a good job.
Yeah, like he did an amazing job. But Conor has that southpaw stance, heavy on the front leg, puts a lot of weight down there.
Heavy, especially when he throws his backhand. And he timed it perfectly. He throws his backhand. He kind of like slipped to the inside and landed a kick. It's a good technique to use.
Yeah, when you see techniques that are sort of new to the sport, it's do you start looking like what's going to be next? Like what is it going to be, an axe kick? Like what's the new thing that people are going to figure out how to do?
I know. I'm trying to think because the coffee came from nowhere, right? I'm trying to think what
Benson Henderson was the first guy I saw throw it.
Yeah,
he was the first guy. I remember him
to be effective with it, to like stop people.
It wasn't as effective for some reason, but he was using it. I mean, it was definitely doing damage, but he wasn't like a lot of guys are stopping people with those.
Stopping
now.
It. I'm trying to think what other technique could use, right? Because elbows are already in.
Yeah.
I don't know. Uppercut elbows. I think I don't know.
Maybe. Remember when Anderson did that? Yeah. That was crazy against Tony Ficklin, right?
Yeah.
That was in
Anderson in his prime is like my favorite fighter, man. To this day, I think he's the GOAT. From how easy he made it look.
People forget because of the end of his career.
Yeah.
If you just stop looking at the end of his career and go back and watch like the Dan Henderson fight. Dana White sent me the Dan Henderson fight the other day. He goes, watch this fight again. He goes, he fucking throws Dan Henderson around. Who throws Dan Henderson around like this?
The GOAT. The GOAT.
When he was in his prime.
I remember watching it when I was like 18 years old, and watching Silva perform, you know, and Stephen Bonner, he was like,
Mm-hmm.
he just knocked him out with a jab. I was like, oh God. I was like,
That was Forrest Griffin.
Forrest Griffin? Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah.
He's good. He's good.
Well, he was just his timing and his precision was just so amazing. Like when he front kicked Vitor in the face, like God damn.
I've been trying to learn that kick now for in sparring for like years. I just can't get the timing of it. 'Cause you always go like straight up and you just like skim the lip or something. But you gotta get it like under the chin, right? To knock him out. But it's a good technique to use. I think to land it as well. If you look them in the eye and then get them staring at you, then go bang. Then you land it right. But if you're looking in the chest when you're sparring, that's what I do. You look in the chest, they look him in the eye. Then you freeze them a little bit, then you go bang. You know, and that's how I caught Bilal on Saturday with a head kick. I looked him in his eye. He looked at me. Then I dipped. Then he followed my eyes, and then I kicked him in his head.
I think Anderson looked down. I think he did one of those where he looked down, then he kicked up.
Boom.
I think that's what he did to Vitor. I'm pretty sure.
Did he?
Yeah, I think so. See if you can find it. The Anderson Silva, KO, Vitor Belfort.
Did he look him in his eyes first, though, to like freeze him, then look down and go up?
I don't remember, but I do remember thinking that he looked at the body and then threw it to the face.
Nah, it was good.
Yeah,
good.
It's a sneaky thing to do, right? Totally look down and kick up.
Nah, it's good.
Anderson was a master. He really was, man. I remember the first time he fought Chris Lieben, the odds were like he was favored, but not by much. And I remember telling my friends, bet the house. Bet the house on the Brazilian. I'm like, this motherfucker is on another level. Like, they don't even know yet. Let's see it here. Here it is. See, he's looking down.
Whack.
Boom.
Oh.
Fuck. Perfect front kick. And before that, I remember I had a conversation with someone. I'm like, you really don't throw it to the face. Like, most people didn't.
Yeah, to the body, right?
Yeah.
You go to the body with it.
Most people didn't think that was a technique that you could use effectively to the face, especially on a seasoned striker like Vitor. That was insane. Oh, look, Dana White got caught. He wasn't even watching.
Bang, right through the guard.
Back that up again. You can see Dana White's playing with his phone. Look at him. See him? Look at him. Look at him there. Wasn't even watching. How dare you, Dana? Missed one of the greatest KOs in the history of the sport. And then after that, Lyoto Machida did it to Randy Couture. He did a jumping front kick. Yeah.
He was good as well in his prime, Machida.
Yeah.
Then he kind of just like fell off, right?
Well, you know, I mean, how long?
Not fell off, but yeah.
How long can you compete at that level? You know, it's like for some guys, they can sustain it for 10 years. And some guys, it's only like 3 or 4. And
what age do you think prime is in MMA, would you say?
I think it depends on how you train. I think it depends on the amount of damage your body's taken, whether or not you've had serious injuries. Back injuries seem to fuck people up more than anything. Because knee injuries are bad, but you can recover from them, at least unless it's bad meniscus tears. Ligaments seem to be, you could recover from them, but it depends. I think for most fighters, it's in the 30s. It's like 30 to 34, 35. That seems to be the prime. And if you're natural, that's when the wheels fall off. Right around 37, 38. It's
LSDRT.
Yeah, that's when you go to 1FC. And
1FC and Bellator.
For real, right?
Nah, bro.
Yes.
G-Stop, up, ready to go.
Listen, man, we're just telling the truth. We're just telling the truth.
Nah, I think your prime in MMA, about 30 to 35.
When they were doing TRT, though, didn't you think it was kind of crazy? Like when you saw Vitor, like when Vitor fought Rockhold, and when Vitor fought Bisping, and he just had muscles coming out of his teeth.
Another level. Like the Brazilians at one point like owned MMA, right? Mm-hmm. Then once Usada came in, it fell off, which is weird. But well, I'm not saying on juice, but it's a weird thing.
Clearly, some were on juice.
Yeah.
There's no way they weren't. And Vitor was on TRT. I mean, it was an open thing. No. You were allowed to have it, and which is strange because like the thing that young people have is it's like this weird balance, right? You're young, you have this incredible body, you move fast, you heal quick, but you don't have the knowledge and experience that an older fighter has. But then if you take an older fighter and then you fill him up with juice, now you got some weird situation because now you got both. You got a guy who's got experience, and then you got a guy whose body behaves like a young guy's body.
Nah, I've never touched no juice, so
I understand. But you're young.
Yeah.
When you hit like 40, you might be like, damn. Someone says, Leon, come on over to Singapore. We got some big fights for you. Like,
jacked. Nah, I felt good. My body was good last week. I felt good last week, so I was jacked last week, so it's all good. Nah.
How old are you now?
29.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
you're not even in your prime yet.
Nah, it's coming.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, and I'm beating all these guys, you know, so I think everyone above me, like 35, 34. I think Usman is 30, 33, 34. Masvidal 36. They're all like old, not old, but they're all like older men, you know. So I'm not the youngest guy in the top 5. So
were you surprised that they decided to have Usman and Masvidal too?
Surprised, no, because I know, like you said, it's about money, right? Putting asses in the seat, and I think if the fight 10 out of 10 times, I think Usman probably win 9, probably. It's a good, entertaining fight for the fans, but martial artists is one of them fights, right? It's like Usman's gonna go out there and probably grapple him again, probably.
I want to see what Masvidal can do with the camp, you know, because clearly he wasn't prepared physically. You know, I mean, you take a fight on 6 days' notice. There's no way you can really be prepared.
Nah, he was training. He had like wrestling coaches. Like I remember watching him. He was like getting good training, and you know, he weren't like sitting on the couch for the last like 6 months, then take 6 days and fought.
Right, but you know as well as I know, there's a difference between just training and then preparing for a fight, right?
Yeah. Well, you think he beats him?
No, I'm not saying that.
Okay.
But what I am saying is there were some very interesting moments in that fight where he was outstriking him.
Yeah.
But, you know, Kamaru was just so strong. It's such a good wrestler.
And durable. And I think he dropped him, Burns dropped him the other day, so it'd be a good fight. I'll be watching it for sure, you know, but I think if I had to put money on it, I'd probably go Usman for the win again.
Well, once a guy beats a guy, he's always going to be the favorite to fight again, but it's an interesting fight. I'm excited to see how Masvidal performs with a camp.
No, it'd be good. I'd love to see it as well, but I can't see what he could do different. You know, he's gonna come out again, be what he does, and swing for the fences and try and knock him out. He's gonna high guard and just grapple him, and I just can't see what he does different. Unless he catches him and knock him out, I just can't see what he does different.
When you and Masvidal got at it at that post-fight press conference,
in London,
like, did you expect that a fight was going to come after that you would eventually?
Yeah, for sure. I thought, okay, that's the next fight, right? Straight away, and to have it like now for what, 2 years, two and a half years, it's like we still ain't fought yet. I've been calling him out ever since, and the UFC wants it, but you just keep turning it down and said, no, you don't want to fight. So.
Well, that's the weird thing. It's like you're at an elite level, the top of the food chain in terms of your skill level.
Yeah.
But you're not as known as you should be with the skill level that you have. It's just, I mean, it's like you're the best kept secret in the division. It's weird.
Yeah, it's a weird thing, but
it'll change.
Yeah, it's gonna change 100%. It's coming. I can feel it. It's changing, you know, slowly. But I think number one should fight number 2, right? Number 3 should fight number 4, and that's where it should be.
Right.
But it's like I have to like go to like number 13 to fight Bilal. I have to go to fight Hamzat, because all these guys are like divas, right? They were just demanding, like Kobe, for example, just demanding title shots. Like, just got beat like one fight ago. When he got knocked out, one fight ago, right?
No, he beat Tyrone after that.
So Tyrone, then he got beat Tyrone, then he didn't fought since, right? So
fought Usman, then he beat. It was just Tyrone, right?
There's one fight, right?
I think so.
After that,
I think it's just a Woodley fight.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
Pretty sure.
So I don't think you deserve a title shot. He just got beat like convincingly. You weren't like a. It was a close fight, to be fair, but he did get stopped, you know. So I don't think you get a title shot straight away. So
that's a fight you would like, the Kobe fight.
Yeah. Now, for sure, 100%. Obviously, I wanted a title shot, but now they're fighting.
The only reason why I would say it'd be better for you to fight someone before the title shot is just to get the hype out. So that with the pay-per-view gets built up, so that you'll get more money. It'll be a bigger deal.
Nah, for sure. I won't be sitting around and waiting for the. I'll be fighting, you know. So we're trying to get it, and Kobe's a weird one, so we don't know what's gonna happen, but we're trying to get a fight done. Yeah.
Well, the one thing that does come with Kobe is a lot of attention, and that's the good part of it.
It's a good fight technically, you know. I think the top. all the guys are all similar, right? In skill set, what they're gonna do when they fight me, right? Yeah, they're gonna come to wrestle. If I fight Usman, is gonna come to wrestle. Kobe's gonna come to wrestle. Bilal doesn't come to wrestle. I know what they're gonna do. You know, so it's easier to prepare for them. You can, I was saying before, you kind of like swap them out. So when Hamzat fell out, it was like, okay, put anyone in because they're all gonna do the same thing anyway. So just swap another one in, and that's what it was. So normal.
They're all gonna try to grab a hold of you.
I didn't try to grapple, but that means nothing to me. You know, I feel good with the grappling. I feel good with the striking, and I just can't wait to show my skill set and show what I'm about. I haven't done what I could yet in the game, but I want to show it, and I'm going to show it.
When you put together a camp, like say if you get a Colby fight,
yeah,
and who designs your camp? Do you design everything yourself in terms of like when you do strength and conditioning, when you run, when you spar, when you hit mitts?
Yeah, I haven't got a head coach. I ain't like
really?
Nah, I ain't got like one coach. I said this is my head coach, right? I got like coaches for different martial arts, and they all come together, and I put them all together, and they communicate like that. But I haven't got like one person that say, okay, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to do that. I prefer it that way as well, because I feel with head coaches, from my experience, it's like you do it my way or no way. You know what I mean? You can't train 10 guys the same way.
Right.
I think that's what coaches do. Like, if you've got one person, you train them all the same way. But it might be different. I'm tall and southpaw. He might be short and orthodox. You can't train me the same way you train him, you know. So that's what I do, and I feel comfortable. I feel good doing it that way. So each of I don't think nothing's wrong with it. Just for me, I prefer. Obviously, I talk back and forth with my coaches, and we run game plans together. You know what I mean? So if I don't agree with it, let's say my striking coach come to me like, okay, for this fight, you need to throw a head kick. I'll be like, yeah, but I don't want to throw a head kick this fight because I don't think it's going to work for this guy, you know. And if I watch him and see what he does, so that's what I do, right? I watch a person, I break him down and say, okay, everyone got habits, right, that they do. Some people like to pass to the left. Some people like to pass to the right. So if he's good at passing to his left, if you can make him pass to his right, or he's not good, then you're going to have more success. And that's what I try to do basically all over the game. So if he's good at jabbing, if you take away the jab just by moving out of the way of it, then he has to throw something else, which is not natural to him. And that's the way I approach the game, really. Just try to throw them off for what they're good at, but take it away from them and let them use what they're bad at.
And so if you put together a camp, so you basically just have all these people that you work with. You work with a wrestling coach, a jiu-jitsu coach, striking coach, and then just you decide how the fight's going to play out based on how you're watching tapes, you're watching patterns.
I watch tapes. No, they send information as well. You know, I'm not just like mastering it all myself. Right. They sent like, okay, this is what he does, and then I'll look and be like, okay, what would you do to counteract that? And if they tell me, I'll be like, okay, if it feels good to me, then I'll do it. But if it's not natural, I think it has to be natural movement, right? If you're kind of like forcing yourself to, like for example, this fight with Bilal, the coach was like, okay, you need to throw the uppercut, the back uppercut, because he dips into it. But in sparring, those weren't
you can swear.
Oh,
yeah,
it's
the internet. Fuck yeah. That's hilarious.
In sparring, I was tried to do what he told me to do, but every time I was throwing uppercut, the guy was catching me over the top with a hook. You know, it was like just didn't come natural to me. So I said to him, I don't use that technique for this fight, because every time I'm trying it in sparring, I'm getting caught with shots. And
in boxing, that's what happens, right? A lot of times guys throw lead uppercuts.
Yeah. But in boxing, they get off nice. Like Canelo's, for example, he's good with it. You know, like you just like touch, you go bang, and it's good. It looks good. But in boxing, the guys are like, they're more like tucked up right here, right? So you can work the body a bit more. And but in MMA, the guys are more like elusive, and they got different guards. They got like long guards, tight guards. Everyone's different. So I think boxing and striking is two different things.
Do you work with boxers at all?
Sparring. Yeah. If they go to boxing gyms, it's like a war, right? Like, in the UK, especially if you're an MMA fighter, if you go to a boxing gym, you're like, okay, my coach is always take me to that gyms and be like, okay, you spar this pro, and then it's always like just coming out bloody and just having like a tear up. It's never like a play spar. It's always like if you're going to spar a boxer, you're going to have a war.
That doesn't seem like a lot of fun.
Nah, it's not.
How do you approach sparring? Do you think that you should, like, you see like Max Holloway, like his last fight didn't spar at all and looked fucking amazing, like one of his best performances against Calvin Cater.
I got a teammate that does it as well, Tom Breeze. He's the same way.
Breeze doesn't spar?
No.
Really?
Yeah, his last 2-3 fights, so he doesn't want to do it.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So I think each to their own, right?
How does he do it? Does he do drills where he just like simulations of
he'll like
situations?
like situations like play spar, you know, just like range finders, shots. Really, he's not really getting like hit properly. So for me, I prefer sparring. I spar twice a week in camp.
Do you play spar? Like do you touch light or do you blast? Like do you have like full power sparring sessions?
One in camp. So one spar a week would be big gloves, which is you can hit hard, you can go harder in big gloves. And then on the Saturday is little gloves, which is the bumper gloves, and that's more like play spar. That normally end up in like a grappling match because it's small gloves. It's hard to pull your shots right in small gloves. So so it's like one hard on the Wednesday, then Saturday is more like a technical working through your technique spar.
Yeah, because it's so interesting how the Thais do it because they fight so often that when they spar, they're just kind of touching each other and playing with each other. And it's interesting if you talk to guys like, you know, John Wayne Parr, guys who trained in Thailand, he said there's a lot of wisdom to that because when you spar hard, you don't try things. You know, you're always worried about the consequences, but you can hone your fine reflexes by just light sparring because you don't worry about the consequences as much. And they're already tough. They already know how to fight. Like there's so many different philosophies when it comes to sparring.
Yeah, it's so different, right? Because Russians do the same thing in wrestling. They wrestle for like 5 hours a day, but they're just like drills. They're not like going hard, you know? They're more just like just drilling technique and just drill, play technique. They don't resist, you know? And so if you add it up over the years, they're probably way more hours in the gym than what you're doing if you're going hard every day. So I see where they're coming from, but I think it's different. I think you have to, for me anyway, you have to get that hit right when someone's trying to like not trying to knock you out, but they're coming at you full pace, and you can get your reflex and you're getting shots. And I like to feel the shots before going into a fight. Let's say I didn't spar for the whole camp, I'll be paranoid, but can I still take a punch? You know, so I want to feel that I can, you know, I think everyone's different.
How many years were you training before you had your first fight?
I had an amateur fight like 6 months in.
Oh,
and I won. I beat like a blue belt. He's like, my gym did like a tournament. It was like a in-house tournament.
Like a smoker?
Yeah. Like in-house tournament. And then some blue belt came, and then I did it, and I won the tournament after I trained for like 6 months, and that's like kept me in the gym, you know, and having like positive feedbacks from all the coaches and shit. So, about 6 months in, had my first amateur fight.
So you just took to it, like striking and martial arts. Just seems like something that
normal. Because I was a good fighter anyway, from like young on the street and in school and shit. So,
but you just didn't have any coaching at all. You just knew how to fight.
On the street?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, street fight's a street fight, right? Yes. Have it off. So no coaching until 17. Didn't start learning what it was, and that's it.
And did you stop street fighting when that happened?
At the start, no, but later on, yeah. Because I ain't had a street fight now for a while, but at the start, you kind of just like testing out your skill set.
Oh, just to see how it works.
See how it works, you know. Good people in the street really. Especially in the UK, they're not very good fighters, you know, and they kind of just swing wild and you end up in a tussle and that's it. But when you can pick your shots good and see openings, it's a different ball game.
Yeah, that's a terrifying thing if you don't know how to fight and you're talking shit, and then you see a guy moving and you're like, oh, Christ. You know,
like, shut up.
You see there's so many YouTube videos of like two guys fighting and one guy is talking all kinds of shit, and then he realizes like halfway and oh my God, this guy actually trains. He knows how to fight.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a bad night, right? I've been out before, you know, like bouncers, like the doormen, and like they're wearing like gum shields, but I've seen these guys in the gym, right? And they look tough, but they can't fight, you know. And I've brought them to the gym before and like, okay, you should spar this kid that's like 17, he's like a little skinny kid, and the skinny kid like beats them up, you know, and like humbles them, and it's a mad thing when you can fight. I think it gives you confidence as well to not fight when you do go out.
Oh, for sure.
You know, and that's the reason I put my son in it.
How old's your son now?
He's 8.
8? Oh, that's a good age to start.
Exactly. So I think it gives you the confidence to, you know what you're about. I don't need to go out there and be tough and prove it. And I think that's what martial arts did for me. It kind of calmed me down. As when I was younger and I was fighting, it's more just about proving yourself, right? So yeah.
That shit talking and things
Can I have
like
some coffee?
Yeah, sure, brother. Here.
Thank you.
Sorry. If you want another one of those monsters, we got those two in the back.
Perfect.
Cheers.
Cheers. Good man.
I need some of this coffee after last night.
It was a good night.
It was a lot of fun hanging out afterwards too. Chappelle and those fellas, they go hard like that every night.
Do they? I was done after like 2 o'clock. I was like, I gotta go. I gotta do.
Dave's got a philosophy behind it though. It's actually well thought out. Like he's like the hang is important. He's like, it's not just about doing shows. It's like the hang makes you funnier. And we talk about comedy during the hang. You know, it's always talking about jokes and talking about.
That's what I said to my coaches this week. I was sitting down. I was like, okay, this is what we're gonna remember, right? The hanging around in the hotel. We don't really remember the fights. When you're old, you remember you win or you lost, right? But what you remember is like the banter that you had with your coaches, and that's what I was saying to my coaches last week. That we treasure these moments. You know, this is what we work for, and just enjoy it.
Camaraderie.
Yeah, man. That's what it's all about. That's what you're gonna remember when you're old.
Well, there's a similarity in the way fighters and comedians hang out with is that not too many people understand you guys like you.
Yeah.
You know, like fighters and your coaches and your training partners and the people you work with, they know you.
Yeah.
Regular people would never understand the amount of sacrifice and commitment and what it's like to go through hard sparring sessions, what it's like to go through hard strength and conditioning like that you're always pushing yourself, constantly pushing yourself, and they get it. Like so it's hard to relate, I'm sure, to other people.
Yeah, for sure. But to be fair, all my friends they train as well, you know, so
to all your friends train.
Yeah. Most of them train. Since I got in it, they all kind of like went in it as well. They don't compete. They got like businesses and do other shit, but they train martial arts, either boxing or strength conditioning. They do something, so they kind of understand it, and they tell me shit I don't even know about them.
Oh really?
About fights. You've seen this fight? I was like, nah, I don't watch it because in the UK it's like 3 a.m, but they stay up and watch it. You know, I'm not staying up to watch the fights. It's like
if you get, you know, there's so many different disciplines that you could follow. If you start paying attention to Muay Thai or paying attention to boxing or jiu-jitsu, it's like. You will not. There's not enough time.
Nah.
There's so many matches you could watch.
Yeah, it's too much. I enjoy boxing. I love watching boxing.
Yeah.
MMA, I watch MMA as well. But if I had to choose, I like watching boxing.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think you'll ever box? Do you think you'll like when you saw Conor fight Floyd?
Yeah.
Like if an opportunity, something along those lines.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. I'll do that for sure. But I enjoy sparring boxers as well. You know. I enjoy switching stances as well, and so I'll probably box one day. I'd love to try it out, you know, because I got good hands, so we'll see.
But it's not like
not now.
Yeah.
My goal now to be a UFC world champion. Right after that, I'll probably look down that road. But let me once I achieve this goal, then I'll move on.
So you were saying that you don't have a head coach, so you just have head coaches in all these different disciplines.
Yeah.
But so do you have a strength and conditioning coach that you use?
Yeah, Johnny Reynolds. I've been working with him now for about 8 years. I think.
Oh,
wow. About 8 years, 6 to 8 years. Cause before I was working with his brother. His brother was Anthony Joshua. That's his head strength conditioning coach. Then went from his brother to Johnny. Now he's my strength conditioning coach, and we're working together now for a while.
And how many days a week do you do that?
Strength conditioning, 2-3 times a week. So it's Tuesday, Thursday, and then on Saturday we either do hills or we do tracks or something. But yeah.
And do you schedule it so that you do that, and then Do you do it after you spar? Do you do it before? Like, how do you do it on days where you don't spar? Like, how do you?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, days I don't spar. So if I probably Tuesday morning. If I spar Wednesday, I do it Tuesday morning. Then I have like a light Tuesday night. Then I spar heavy Wednesday. Then like pads Wednesday night. So I kind of like do it. So it's like hard, medium, hard. If I feel tired, I'm good at listening to my body, right? So if I feel tired, I know I'm tired. I have a day off, and that's what it is. Our coaches sometimes, like one head coach, will be like, nah, you have to come training, be tough, do this, do that, you know. But I believe you should listen to your body. If you feel tired that day, have a day off. I think it's more mental, right? That everyone thinks, I need to train, I need to do this, but you don't. If you're tired, you'll be way more better if you had like 1 or 2 days off and then come back and train and fight. So I think it's more mental than anything.
So this is like trial and error. You figured out.
Yeah, I figured it out over the years.
Well.
Yeah, I figured it over the years, and like I said, I think it's mental. Cause for example, especially with diet, look at Floyd Mayweather, right? I was watching Countdown the other day. He's like having like McDonald's and shit. I was like, what the
he
fuck?
eats a lot of McDonald's.
You know, it was like, well,
I think he eats really good.
Yeah,
too,
I think so. But
it's part of that is like to show people.
Nah,
like,
no.
I don't give a fuck. You're eating a cheeseburger and I'll still beat people's
some
asses.
people will do that and like will fuck them up mentally.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, I had a burger, I'm gonna lose the fight. I was like, you didn't lose the fight, bro. Just chill, do your thing.
Yeah. Do you use anything to monitor your recovery? Like, do you use a whoop strap or anything like that? Where you check your...
No, the PR game in that ring, the
an Aura ring?
Yeah, I tried it. It was just hard to remember to put it on and take it off, and especially if we're doing like boxing or jiu-jitsu, to leave it on, it's like...
No, you can't do that.
Nah,
Have you ever seen what happens to fingers?
No.
That's why they develop those silicone rings when fingers get sheathed. Have you ever seen that?
No.
Google that.
Oh,
it is horrific. Wedding rings, what happens is they dig into your the meat of your finger, and it pulls the finger meat and the muscle completely off, because the metal from the ring, like if you're in a bad situation, I know guys have happened.
And it came off? The skin came off?
Oh, yeah, terrible. I know guys have had it happen in rolling, where like say the ring will get pinned like this, and it'll just pull back the meat. Google... Yeah, you should show it. People should see it, because I know guys who roll with wedding rings on, and I've seen them do it, and I'm like, hey man, take that fucking thing off. Oh, my wife, she doesn't. I'm like, listen to me, bitch. You're gonna lose your finger. Like you will lose your finger. Like it's possible to lose use of your finger.
Show you what I'm looking at, because I don't want to look at it for a long time.
Okay, just bust it out there. Wedding ring.
Not a good.
Did you
one.
Google wedding ring sheathing?
Yeah, finger sheathing injuries.
Yeah, from wedding rings.
It's not.
There's some horrible ones, man. I don't see any of these. Are these wedding ring ones? Did you pull up wedding ring?
Well, I mean,
wedding ring finger sheath. There you go. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that. Click on that one. That's what happens. Like literally, it pulled the guy's fucking finger off. The wedding ring digs into your hand. It digs into the meat of the hand, and it just tears it right off. You got to be real careful with those things. That's why they invented, like, Michael Chandler has a company. Jesus Christ, why can't I remember the name? His ring company. They make the best ones. What is his company?
Can I have a monster? Sorry.
Yeah.
We'll
get you one.
it's also called Ring Evolution. Sorry, I was looking at nasty.
What is Chandler's company called? Because he has the best ones.
What, doing rings?
Yeah.
Groove Life?
Groove Life, that's right. Thank you. They make great belts, too. But they make a silicone, like, wedding ring that just...
Come on.
Yeah, it won't fuck your finger up.
Well,
So
just
you
take
can
the ring
do
off
that.
when you train and put it back
Yeah,
on?
you should. Yeah.
Creating rings and shit.
It happened to Jimmy Fallon a couple years ago. And cooking something, like, slipped and fell, and went to grab, I don't know, like the island in the kitchen.
Oh, really? And he
caught on
sheathed
that.
his
It's happened
finger?
to many people doing random things like that.
That's why Groove Life, I think, invented those. I think it was I believe the story was an Alaskan hunting guide that figured it out, and he's the guy that invented that specific type of ring. Can you tell Jeff to bring Monster in for the gentleman?
Oh, sure. Yeah,
and tell him to get me one of them. Oh, just bring some of those Kill Cliffs
I'll
too.
just grab them real quick.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, his coffee was drawing my mouth out.
Yeah,
last night.
No, I hear you. Yeah, I'm telling you, those guys do that every night. I don't know how they do it. And then they got the Rona and didn't even get sick. Yeah. It's crazy. Both of them, Donnell Rawlings and Dave Chappelle, both got the Rona and had nothing. Just
Over in like
nothing.
days.
They just quarantined their hotel room. I said,
Shake
no
it
symptoms, no symptoms,
Oh,
nothing.
fuck. No,
Yeah.
I was done. I had it in December and I lost like 6 kgs. I don't know what's that in pounds. I lost my smell, my taste. I had like 2 weeks off because that's what you're meant to do, and went back to training. And my body just felt weak. You know, I had to pull out the fight. So I had it bad.
Was that a situation where you were training hard and so your immune system was kind of broken down and then you caught it?
Yeah, I believe so because that's like I think that's what it was. I was working so hard in camp, and then your body just shut down, right? And then when you had 2 weeks off.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You have those. You got monsters, whatever you want.
Thank you. Yeah, when you had like 2 weeks off and try to go back at the same intensity that you was 2 weeks ago, you just can't do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had to pull out.
That Hamzat picture of his sink where he
bleeding.
coughed up blood in the sink is fucking crazy. But apparently he's had lung issues before. He's had some sort of lung issue in the past. You know, what is that called? When not pneumonia, but something that a lot of people get. That God damn it, I'm trying to remember that. It's a very common disease that people get with coughing, and maybe that's it. I think that is it. I think it's bronchitis. I think Hamzat has bronchitis too. So that on top of getting corona fucked him up pretty bad.
Is he recovering good? Yeah, have you heard him?
He said he was going to retire.
I seen it, but then he was like, "No, son."
I know Dana said
You ain't going
no,
nowhere,
but
boy.
it's hard. Look, Dana doesn't want anybody to retire, which is kind of crazy. Like he's still letting Khabib hold on to the belt.
Yeah, I know.
But you know, Khabib he's got his own life, man. You can't tell him. You know.
I think he's gonna come back though.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Why?
I don't know. I think he's always training. He's always around the fights. I think once he has some time off, I think he's gonna come back. You know?
I think they should set up Khabib versus GSP.
Yeah.
Because GSP wants another fight,
That'd be good.
and I think he can make 55.
Nah,
I
you
think
can't.
he can make it. Yeah,
You
he
think?
said he can make it. Yeah.
They should definitely do it. 30, would be perfect, right?
Yeah.
If that was me, I wouldn't want to go out 29. I have to get that 30, man. But I'm coming back just to get
even?
that fruit. Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be annoying.
Well, I think, you know, he made a promise to his mother, and after his father died, I just don't think he's gonna come. I could be wrong, but I think.
How long you think you should leave it for to strip him?
Not much longer.
How long has
know?
it been now? When did the fight last?
Well, he fought Justin. It was during the COVID, right? Because they fought in Abu Dhabi with no audience.
Yeah.
I think that was 6 months ago, maybe something like that.
Yeah, probably give him a little bit longer, probably. Because he's been so dominant. I think you should give him just a little bit longer to see what he's going to do.
Yeah. I mean, unless he says, I'm done.
I know. Leave me alone now.
Well, look at what they did with John Jones. You know, they just basically stripped John
straight
Jones.
away.
He said, I'm going to go up to heavyweight. And they said, okay. And that's it. He abandoned the belt. And then they stripped him right away. I mean, he easily could have held on to that belt while trying to try a fight or two at heavyweight.
Who's going to fight for the lightweight belt if they do strip
The
him?
light heavyweight belt? Or the lightweight belt?
Lightweight.
That's interesting, right? I don't know. I don't know. I think Oliveira should be fighting for the title, but I think Dustin Poirier should be fighting for the title too, and they're going to have Dustin versus Conor again. That's the plan.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense for the title. Not why Oliveira's around. I think Oliveira's supposed to be.
Yeah, for sure.
He's a beast, man. That kid is so impressive. And he's a guy that has had, you know, these ups and downs in his career where he's lost and he's come back and he's lost and he's come back, and you see where he's at now.
Yeah,
man.
he's
on
skill set wise, he's up there.
It's on another level than he's ever been before. The Tony fight with Ferguson, I was super impressed.
Yeah, he's good. I think skill set wise, I think he's, for me, I think he's at number one probably for skill set.
You think so?
Yeah. Him
Very clean, right?
Yeah, him, Chandler, Dustin, Conor. Who else is there in the fight?
Well,
That's option.
There's a lot of people in that division. It's a great division. It's packed, but it's like
I don't think they can give Chandler the shot. At the
Not
belt.
right away.
Not right away.
I mean, he had that super impressive knockout of Hooker,
Yeah, it was
which
good.
puts him in the top 10 and makes a big deal, but maybe one more.
Yeah.
You know, at least. Because so many people have been in the division for so long,
Yeah, exactly.
racking up wins. They'll be furious.
Yeah, pissed.
You know?
Nah, for real. But yeah, I think I think Oliveira and Dustin should fight for the belt. You know, and then after
agree.
that, let Chandler fight. I don't know.
I think Oliveira and Dustin, but it doesn't matter what I think because they're gonna have Conor versus Dustin again because that's where the money's
That's
at.
for the dough, is that right?
That's gonna be crazy. They're gonna do that in front of a live audience. That's gonna be nuts.
Who do you think wins that one?
Who knows? I mean,
Conor was catching me some good shots,
Yes.
just to shut him down. But yeah,
it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to figure out because Conor did hurt him. He did rock him. Dustin admitted it. He said in the first round, he rang his bell.
yeah.
But ultimately, Dustin won. So you got to think he can win again. And I don't know. Conor never switches stances either. It's very rare. He doesn't box. Doesn't his power hand is for sure his left hand.
Yeah, and if it
So he
switches,
likes to
he's
keep
going
it
to
back.
spin.
Yeah,
If it-
right.
When it
Yeah.
switches, yeah. So it'd be an entertaining fight. If I put money on it, I'd probably go. I think Conor can do it again if he just fix up his stance a little bit. Earlier in his career, he was a bit more elusive, right? Now he's just heavy on his legs. So I think Conor can do it if they fight again.
I'm sure he'll make an adjustment.
Yeah.
It's just crazy seeing a guy pull up in a yacht, to a big fight. I mean, he's doing shadow boxing on a yacht and meditating on the yacht. It's like, wow. If he did win that way, that's like the most baller shit ever.
Yeah, no, I couldn't do that. In fight week, I'd have to be zoned in, right? I couldn't be being on yachts, and I'd have to be isolation, in my room, my coaches, chilling, talking. I couldn't do it. I think there's too much to do as well, right? You got to focus on your job at hand is to perform. So, yeah, if you did do it though, it'd be cool. But
Did you go through a bunch of different processes to get to where you're at now, where you know exactly what to do, like the week of the fight? You know what's best for your mind. You know what's best. Do you try to distract yourself? What do you try to do?
I try fight week. I try treat it like another week, right? I think if you build it up to be something that is not, that's normal happens, right? Because you sit in your room, you're kind of overthinking the fight, what's going to happen, and it never does. And the more I compete, the more I fight, I think you just think crazy shit in your head, what's going to happen in the fight, and it never plays out that way. So I learned to be you know what, just treat it like another week. You know what I mean? Eat what you normally eat. Obviously, you got to cut weight, but on fight day, I eat what we eat on a sparring day. I was eating normal chicken, rice, fish. Eat light. I don't really eat heavy on sparring day, and I like to go for walks. I go for a long walk fight day with my team, just
Fight day?
Yeah. I like to go for a long walk, just to banter with my team and just make it feel like a normal day. I don't want to build it up to be something it's not, and I do this every single day, and if you do it that way, I think you have better success than just sitting in your room thinking, it's gonna be it's playing a mad shit in your head.
Right. When you say you go for a walk, do you find that relieves nervous energy? Why do you like to go for
I don't
a
know.
walk?
I always enjoyed on fight day going for a long walk. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I can't put a finger on it to say this is why I do it. I just like to go for a long walk, stretch my legs out, have a little banter with the team. Just chill, treat it like another day, like I'm back at home in my gym and I'm on the way to the gym. That's it. And it's not really. I can't think why I'll do it, but that's what I like to do.
You just always like to do it?
Yeah, I always like to do it.
Do you meditate at all?
No.
Nothing?
Nah, nothing. Nah, nothing else. I don't know my mental strength. I don't know where I got it from, but I'm mentally I'm quite solid, right? But I think it's just from my upbringing and my trials and tribulations I've been through in life, and it's kind of just made me who I am, right? I know that I can get over struggle. I know I've been there before. I've done it before. I can get over it, and I think the more you struggle, you get more armor. You're more solid, right? And I think that's what it is. Just build me up to be what I am. Yeah,
it's there's an interesting mindset that comes from people that have been through really tough things in their life. I spoke with Francis Ngannou, and he was talking about his journey. Fucking crazy, man. Fucking crazy.
Mad.
You think about that guy, 14 months to get out of Cameroon and to get all the way to Spain, only to spend 2 months in prison.
And just swallowing his money and shit. I was like, wow.
Crazy. All of it was crazy. The whole story's crazy. That guy's been through so much. that to fight for him is probably a relief.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I've been through so much that a fight, like a fist fight, is just like, it's a fist fight,
What's-
right? You're not gonna die.
What's the worst shit that you've been through?
Worse? I don't know, like one worst thing, just like the duration of life, I don't think it's like one thing, like this is the worst thing I've been through. But I've been through a lot,
Like what kind of shit?
I don't know. It's hard to put a finger on it. Like, I don't know, just like struggles in life. Yeah. Just I was born in Jamaica, obviously. Came to the UK when I was 10, 11. My dad was basically the gang leader, basically.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in Jamaica. So basically in Jamaica, it's like streets, right? We call it lanes, but it's like streets. It was like we're one street fight with like the Neville Street down, like 3 streets down the road. In my area, my dad was like the leader of the gang, right? So he came to the UK before us. He was like sell drugs and whatever he did to bring back money back into the community to buy guns and do what he does, And I came from that. Then from there, he brought me, my brother, and my mom to the UK, to obviously for safety, obviously, and then brought us in Birmingham, and then he passed away when I was 13 years old. So I was in the UK for about 2 to 3 years. Then he died when I was 13, and then
How did he pass away?
got killed in London. When I got a phone call, I was like 13 years old. I remember like being in bed, right, and my mom got a phone call at 2 a.m. So I heard her phone ring, and she's like, I heard her crying, right? I was like, oh shit. So I was like, she woke me up. She's like, your dad just got killed in London. But it's like a weird feeling, right? Because I've seen since I knew my dad, he's always been the same person, right? He's always been in that life, So I wouldn't say I expected it, but it wasn't like a shock, right? Because I knew what he did. I know that's the life, right?
Yeah.
And so it was mad. It was mad.
What is it like growing up when your father is running a gang? It's got to be fucking crazy. Like just knowing.
As a kid, it's like,
did it feel normal? Because that's all you knew?
It's just normal, right? Everyone, it's fucked up. Because I liked it when I was a kid, right? Because I had all like the latest shit. Because he was like sending shit from the UK and like having like I'm like a bicycle when he's in Jamaica and like a remote control car as a kid. That was a big deal, And I had all that, and obviously everyone around the area know who I was, and so as a kid, it's like my dad is this guy, So
He was a special person.
Yeah, exactly, So looking back at it now and knowing exactly what he did and what I got into, it's wild, right? But I understand the sacrifices that he made for his family in these different opportunities. I know looking at it from like now when I'm in the UK, if you're broke, you can go to the council and they give you money, In Jamaica, if you're broke, you're broke. There's no help. No one's coming to help you and give you nothing. So if he decided to risk his life and provide for his family, then you do what you have to do, And I love him for that. I respect him for that, and that's it.
Yeah, it's very difficult for anybody else to judge if you're not living in that situation.
Yeah, exactly. It's hard to when I explain to my friends, and like it's hard to like tell them, right? Because like you just don't get it. You live in the UK. You got basically a fallback plan. If I go dead broke in the UK, I can go to the council and it's called signing on, and they'll give you like basically a month, like a weekly dole. That's it. They give you like a weekly wage, right? In Jamaica, there's no signing on, So you have to either gonna hustle or you're gonna do something. There's no opportunities for jobs, or especially if you come from the ghetto, there's no opportunities to get like go and get like a 9 to 5, and because your area alone marks against your name, So he did what he needed to do. He provided for the family. He did a good thing by bringing me to the UK and bringing my brother and my mom to the UK. And now I'm able to provide for my family and give back to my family, you know. So,
Did you ever worry that you were going to go down that path?
yeah, I was going down that path when I was a kid. See, when he passed away, I think that's when I got more like rebellious towards life, right? And I was going on that path, like in gangs and doing shit like that, you know. So till age about 16, 17, my mum brought me to the gym, and MMA is what took me out of the life, you know, because I was spending so much time in the gym that I weren't hanging around in the street no more with my friends, you know. And I think MMA 100% saved me from that life.
Do you think that also the training itself like relieves you of some of the stress and keeps you from being aggressive and keeps you from like having to prove yourself with other guys?
Yeah, for sure. I think what kept me in the gym as well is like the positive reinforcement, right? To have someone saying to you every day, "Oh, you're good, bro. You can do it. You can do that." I think that as a kid, it helps you, man. It motivates you to want to be there, right? You want to be in that environment when everyone's telling you good stuff and they're saying, "Oh, mate, you can do it. If you work hard, you can do it. You can achieve it. You can be UFC world champion." When I was on training for like a year, you know what I mean? And this is what my coaches was telling me and people was telling me in the gym. So, that's what kept me in the gym for sure.
When you talked about how you want to achieve success so that other kids can see what can be done, that's important to you.
Yeah, 100%. That's like my one of my main motivations. You know, if you can touch it, is different, right? You can see it on the TV, but if you can know someone in your area that grew up like you, in that situation as you, and he achieved it, then you usually feel like you can do it as well. And I know Michael Bisping was the first champion from the UK, but he did it living in the States, right? He did it from America. So for me, from being in the UK, it was hard to be like, okay, I can be a champion as well. He did it from another place. He didn't do it from where I'm doing it from, you know. So I was respect him for doing it, but I want to achieve it coming from the UK. So the kids behind me can be like, look, Leon did it. He came from the mud, you know, and he achieved it by sticking with his team, working hard, and dedicating himself. And that's one of my main motivations to give back to the kids. 'Cause I know what it feels like to struggle and to go through hardship.
Do you do any traveling? I mean, you said you went to AKA and trained there for a bit. Do you do travel around to different gyms at all?
In the UK?
You know, you said you trained
AKA,
at AKA for a bit.
yeah. I've been to AKA twice, I think, like 6-7 years
Was
ago.
that to work on your wrestling?
Yeah, do a bit like work my wrestling. My first time I went there for the Conor Usman camp. To work, I didn't even play off. I still got out wrestled. But yeah, that's the only time I traveled. And then from that, that's what I'm saying. If you listen to other people, it fucks you up, right? Because when I was coming up, like young in the UK, all these guys were telling me, even my coaches and not my coaches, but I'm training partners. You have to go to, if you want to be successful, you have to go to America to improve. You know, so I started believing it, and that's the reason why I went to AKA. You know, when after the Conor Usman fought. And I lost. I came back to the UK and I was like, you know what, I was winning up until that point. You know, I won all my fights in my early career, and just by being with my team and believing in my team. Once I start like looking elsewhere, and I need to move. If not broke, don't fix it, right? I'm winning with these guys. Why do I need to move? So I started believing in my team, believing in myself. Obviously, the older I get, the more I learn the game, and I study the game, and that's it, really.
It's also a situation, too. I mean, you fought Kamaru Usman.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a beast. I mean, the man is the champion for a reason, and his wrestling is phenomenal.
Nah, he's good, he's tough, and he's durable. He's a good fighter, good champion.
Was it a unique experience to face someone that's that good as a wrestler?
A little bit. But at the time, I didn't look at the game the same way I look at the game now, right? I approached it from a defensive point of view. So I went in there thinking, don't let him take me down. You know, I went in there with a defensive mindset towards the contest, you know, and that's a total wrong way to approach a fight like that, and that's how I played out. Yeah,
that makes sense. So that's the good thing about this quarantine, about this pandemic, that it's allowed you to think things through and.
Yeah, think it through. Tied up in some areas that I need to tighten up on, and it gives me time to grow. Just physically and mentally, because when you're in training camp, you're not really learning much, really.
Right.
You just prepare for this certain opponent, what shots you're going to use for this opponent, and you're not really, if you fight 3 times a year, that's like, that's a lot of camps, and you're not growing much in between, because I wrestle like a month, then I'm back in camp again, so.
So what is like the difference between like a training when you're in camp versus when you're trying to learn and grow? Like what kind of shit are you working on?
Everything. So when you're trying to learn, when you're in camp, you're doing specifics to this opponent. So okay, let's say this guy's a wrestler. I won't throw leg kicks earlier in the fight because he's gonna take me down. So you're mimicking the game for this guy, but when you not got a fight coming up, like I have in the last year and a half, I had time to just grow my skill set. Anything I want to learn, I'll learn it. Because I ain't preparing for nobody. I'm preparing for myself and grow myself. So that's what I've been doing. I'm working my wrestling, my jiu-jitsu, my striking, everything. Just been trying new techniques out. Trying out different stuff, and that's what it is. Especially my elbows. I've been working my elbows and just adding new tools to my arsenal.
Are you gonna go to the fights next weekend? Are you still in the country for next week?
No, I leave.
Because I know you're going to Vegas.
Yeah,
soon, right?
Yeah. I go Vegas and today, and then I leave on Monday. I go back to the UK on Monday.
Damn, it's too bad. That was a good one to see live.
Yeah, I know.
Have you seen any of them live, or you just only fought live where there no crowd? Have you seen a fight card at the Apex Center?
No. I've seen like crowd event live. I haven't been to the Apex and watch it live.
They're so different to watch it live. I'm imagining it must be pretty insane to fight like that where there's no crowd, but to watch it like that too. I think I prefer it. I really do.
I said to my coaches, I was like, I should have preferred that. It was like quick, it was like in and out. You weren't like no.
I get it for you.
Yeah. You weren't no fucking around. Just like you get to the Apex. Okay, Leon, you got wrap your hands. Okay, wrap. Okay, you got like 3 more fights that you're on. I was like, what the fuck? So it was just quick. You didn't have no time to think around, like make the energy get you. Just like you get there, wrap, warm up, walk, fight. I liked it. It was good.
It's interesting next weekend because Stipe versus Francis is in that small cage.
Oh nah, yeah. I don't know how they're gonna do that. This is
crazy for those two giants.
I don't know who benefits. Probably Francis, right? Because if it's coming out explosive like he did. He did come out
strike.
Yeah. If it does that, then it's 2 steps in the back of the cage. So
that's the problem.
Yeah. It'd be good.
Francis is such a unique guy because like all he has to do is touch you.
You gonna be there next week?
Oh yeah.
Watch it?
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna be there. I don't want to miss that.
Yeah, he's a powerhouse, Francis, man. I met him in Vegas. I shook his hand. He's like,
it's like a giant brick.
Solid. I was like, oh, bro.
Yeah. He's a unique guy because he really just has to touch you.
Yeah,
anybody he touches, they're like, ugh.
And it's different as well, right? When you believe in your power as well. He believes in his power, right?
He believes in his power, and also he's lost. He's felt the sting of defeat twice in a row because then he lost to Derek Lewis right afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so he was very tentative in that fight, and then he comes back and he knocked out Curtis Blades, knocked out Junior Dos Santos. I mean, he's a monster now. He's coming to his own.
Yeah, I think he's believing in himself as well, and especially his cardio. He's known that I can go 5 rounds. You know what I mean? So I like watching him.
He's also got a real camp now. Now he's with Extreme Couture in Vegas. Yeah, and
where was he before?
I think he was talking about it on the podcast. I believe he said he trained for it in France. I think a lot of the training for Stipe was in France. But I think it was just he didn't have the best situation in terms of like training partners and how to get set up.
Nah, he's good. I've had to. I think he's probably get Stipe this time, especially the smaller cage. Stipe is tough though, man.
It's so hard to bet against the guy. The guy always figures out a way to win. I mean, Stipe, like a lot of people bet against him in DC with the last fight.
That adjustment to the body shot was good.
Yeah. Oh my God.
to adjust mid fight.
That was incredible.
That's
knowledge. That fight, and he knocked him out in that fight, and then he beat him again in the rematch. So 2 victories like that over DC, it's pretty fucking huge. But he's the most successful heavyweight ever.
Yeah, for sure.
It's hard to say who the GOAT is.
For me, Kane. Cardio Kane Velasquez. Yeah.
Kane was a monster.
Yeah, I watched that fight.
Kane versus Fedor would have been the shit.
Oh yeah, in the primes as well.
Oh, in their primes. Kane versus Fedor would have been fucking amazing.
Yeah, cardio Kane was another animal. When Junior Dos Santos, when he just from round, I think it's fight number 2, just set the pace. I was like, his face was all like transformed.
He puts a pace on you that's inhuman.
Yeah, I was watching it thinking, I don't know how he keeps that pace for 5 rounds, but he did it.
I don't know how he does it either. He had like weird genetics.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that could explain it. Because I talked to DC. He goes, dude, he would take 3 weeks off and then come to the gym and out cardio everybody. And he goes, it didn't make any sense.
Cardio Kane.
He like no one. That's a 1 in like 100 million people. That's a heavyweight that has that kind of cardio. Because most heavyweights, they have big power, but they can't put a pace on you like that.
Yeah, he sets the pace and he keeps it. That's what's good about it. You don't really fade really.
No.
He keeps the pace, and he's wrestling and striking. He's doing everything. He's not like lying on you and trying to like wrist. And
he's constantly beating the shit out of you.
Boxing, wrestling.
Yeah, he was a guy that was almost like too tough for his own good too. Like his body kind of gave out. Yeah. His knees started going. His back went. He's got all kinds of surgery: shoulder surgery, knee surgery, back surgery.
Yeah, it's like the old school mentality, right? Just train for everything. You get injured. Yeah, fuck it, work for it.
But that's the problem, right? It's like you're almost too tough for your own good.
Yeah. But if it wasn't like that, he probably wouldn't be as good as he is.
Maybe.
So it's like, where do you go,
It's hard to say. Do you find that it's hard to achieve balance like that? Like when you're training, you got to know when to pull back. But then if you're a really tough person, like you're like, fuck it, keep going. Yeah. And that's when people get injured. Do you have a problem with that balance, or how do you find that balance?
A little bit. I kind of know how to my body feels, especially I know in the morning when I wake up, if I feel like I'm gonna have a light day today, so I can tell how my body feels and to what I'm gonna do that day. So if let's say I got like 2 sessions scheduled in, I probably miss my morning one and then go to my evening one, or if I feel fucked, and then I'll just take the whole day off. So I know how to listen to my body and what it needs and when to push and when not to push. But you
just listen to your body. You're not looking at a heart rate monitor. No, that's interesting.
None of it.
Do you get massages?
Yeah. I get massages every week in camp. I use cryotherapy.
Cryotherapy, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. The cold chamber once a week as well. So I use both. I do both of them. This camp I was using chiropractor. Got like a bad injury on my back, and that helped. So.
Are you using saunas at all?
No. I hate sauna.
Because of cutting weight?
Yeah, I hate it. Yeah. I did it once in a foot in Brazil. Never again. I hate it.
Now, how much weight do you cut when you make 170?
So normally I'm like about 90 kg. I don't know what's that in pounds. I'm like a kg guy. So
90 kilograms is what? Is 180 to... That's like 190 something?
Yeah, 190, 191, I think. Let me see.
Yeah, I'll use kgs.
Why the fuck didn't the United States pick up kilograms?
Closer to 2, it says 198.
Oh, okay. Why didn't the United States pick up the metric system? It's so fucking stupid. We're one of the few countries.
America.
America.
That's why, I think.
That's why, America. Yeah. They tried it. When I was a kid, they tried the metric system on us. Yeah. They were teaching us the metric system. And they're like, the whole world's going to convert to the metric system. And the United States tried it for like a couple of years.
So fuck it. Nope.
And they went, nah. That was like, I think, when Jimmy Carter was president. I'm pretty sure. And then Reagan came along and said, fuck you and fuck the metric system. It's just so dumb. Well, it's England's interesting because you guys have stone too, which is so weird.
Yeah.
We have 13 pounds?
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Stone is like 13
about 30,
pounds?
12.5, I think 13. Yeah, we use kgs, stones. I don't know about pounds. When I weigh myself in pounds, it's like, what the fuck? What do I do?
That's from that AC/DC song, Whole Lotta Rosie. Doesn't she 16 stone in that song? Isn't that what it is? That's part of the lyrics of that. I remember like being a kid going, what the fuck is he talking about? Weighing in at 16 stone? Like, what is
19 stone.
19 stone. Oh, that's big. That's a big gal. What is that?
Heavyweight gal.
What is 19 stone? Let's guess. Was it like...
Nah, it's heavy. It's a big...
260? Oh, Jesus. That's a big girl.
Squat.
Whole lot of Rosie.
Maybe make heavyweight.
Get some squats in.
Where the fuck did Stone come from?
I don't know.
Because when we do the weigh-ins in England,
Stones?
they yell it out in stone.
Yeah.
And then I would have to say
in your head?
the weight. No, I didn't do it in
Oh,
my
okay,
head.
okay.
You fucked. I'm an idiot. I'd have no chance. I'd have to have my phone out. Hold on. We're gonna figure this out. It's 13 because it's 13 something, right? It's not just 13. Oh, it's 14 pounds. Just 14 even?
That's what Google told me.
Oh, okay. That makes it easier, I guess. But either way, yeah, the kilogram thing is confusing. I don't understand why we never adopted.
Yeah,
that.
I don't know, but I always use kg. So even when my nutritionist is like, "What do you weigh?" I'm like, like fight week, I'm normally like 83 kg. Fight week, and then I cut down from there to make welterweight. So, yeah, I don't know where it came from.
So your last few days, are you water loading?
Water loading, yeah. So a water load, well, it depends how much I got to get off, but I water load for about 4 days probably. So Sunday to about Wednesday.
So it's not a drastic cut.
Nah. I like to get it down in camp, right? I don't like to crash the weight. I think it messes up your strength and your cardio.
For sure.
If you just crash it, right? So I like to get it down to a point where I'm comfortable cutting it, So yeah, not really bad, not too bad.
When you see those guys that cut big, like did you see Rodolfo Vieira's last fight?
No.
You know, Vieira's that massive Brazilian jiu-jitsu guy. He fights at 85, but he's a gorilla. I mean, the dude is so jacked.
Who did he fight?
He shit. So pull up Rodolfo Vieira's record. He fought this kid who was a young guy who was a huge underdog, Anthony Hernandez. And Anthony Hernandez survived and then started putting him on. It was an amazing performance by Hernandez because he was a huge underdog in the fight. Because look at the picture of Vieira. Get a picture of Vieira. The dude is a gorilla. I mean, he's just like carved out of granite. Look at that six-pack. I mean, come on. Who the fuck wouldn't want that six-pack? Jesus. But just gassed out hard.
Did he?
Yeah, real bad. By the end of the first round.
What you know what he cut? How much did he cut?
A lot. He
looks
looks
big.
so big.
Yeah,
When he's in the octagon, he looked like he was like 215, something like that.
I think that's too much. I think you've cut too much and put on too much. I think it's been detrimental to your performance. So I try to maintain it a little bit to not crash it.
Do you think it's possible that they could ever get to a point where there's no weight cutting?
Nah.
You don't think so?
Nah.
That's what everybody says.
Yeah, I know. Nah, I can't,
Man,
I
I'm
can't
like,
see it.
I think it's
Unless
crazy.
you put loads of weight, like boxing does it, like loads of weight classes.
Right.
Then probably, but nah, it's too. I can't see it. Nah.
I wish they did.
Well, more weight classes.
Yeah, I wish they had more weight classes. Maybe not as much as boxing, but I wish they did it every 10 pounds. I think there's a lot of weight limits where there's just too big of a jump, like 85 to 205.
Yeah, that's a big jump.
That's crazy. That's 20 fucking pounds.
Yeah, that's a
no
big
other no other champions in between there. That's nuts.
Yeah, but in boxing, it's kind of like ruined the boxing as well, right? Because some different belts and different weight classes. It's like it'd be welterweight, like with like 4 champions in there. It's like nah.
But that's happening kind of in MMA with all the different champions in different organizations. You know, there's like there's legitimate champions in other organizations now, like Pitbull in Bellator is a legit champion. Yeah. Douglas Lima is a legit champion. Like they've got some legit champions.
Yeah.
Nemkov, they got legit guys.
Nah, no, but I think if you add more weight classes, you just water it down and.
Maybe, but you're built for 70. Like it
true.
works. You got lucky. You know what I'm saying?
True.
If you were one of those guys that was between 85 and 205, you're like, fuck.
Yeah, it's a big jump.
Yeah.
Izzy tried it, right? And
yeah.
I think if you build his body up a little bit more, you'd had more success.
Yeah.
Like all he did is didn't cut weight and just like went to fight. John Jones, he's like been building now for a year.
Yeah. Izzy said that's how he was going to do it too, and he said that John was making a mistake. And I just think if you're dealing with grapplers, man, you need that weight.
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
If it's just a kickboxing match, maybe you don't need that weight. Because Izzy's so fast, And
and he was doing good. He was
doing real
catching him with good shots, but the bigger guy is holding the shots.
Well, Blachowicz is an interesting cat because, he's a champ now at 38 years old.
Polish power.
Legendary Polish power. And that fucking shit is legendary.
Nah,
the way he put it on Dominic Reyes, I was like, holy fuck, he can crack. I mean, Jan Blachowicz can fucking crack. He has some of the best punching power I've ever seen in the light heavyweight division because he hits guys with weird punches. He hits guys with like little short shots, and fucks them up.
Fucking solid.
Yeah,
He's
he's
good.
built.
He's 38.
Yeah, he's 38.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he made his debut in the UFC when he was 31, and worked his way through and figured it out, and now top of the food chain at an advanced age. 38 is pretty advanced, and it looks fucking great.
I wonder what he puts that down to having success now in his later career. I wonder what it is.
I don't know. Maybe it's maturity. Maybe it's experience. Maybe train smarter. I don't know. But his fucking power is extraordinary.
Nah, it is.
Even
the way he approached the fight with Izzy, I thought Izzy was gonna outclass him on the feet. But he did a good man on the feet. He was out jabbing him and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Landing good jabs.
There's always extreme consequences with that guy. Because Izzy always had to be careful because all it takes is one shot from that dude.
Yeah.
He's
a powerhouse.
It's the division without John Jones though. It's like fuck, like John Jones is the division.
Yeah, for sure. I think he's been through like 3 generations of fighters, right?
Beat everybody. I mean, he really is undefeated. They have
sure.
the one loss that was
Matt Hamill?
Matt Hamill, but he was smashing him.
Yeah,
it was just a disqualification, which is ridiculous. But
yeah, I think if going for the GOAT, I think Jones should be the GOAT. It's hard to say because different weight classes, right? But
Khabib, a lot of people have the argument that Khabib's the GOAT, but I think in terms of accomplishments, no one's accomplished more than John Jones.
Exactly. And he's, like I said, he's been through 3 generations of fighters. Khabib is good for what he did, but he only done it in a short period of time, right? So I think if he had a longer career, probably, yeah.
Well, if John goes up to heavwood and wins the heavyweight title, the discussion's over.
I'd love to see him versus Francis, John Jones. That would be good.
Francis versus anybody is so nerve-wracking. I want to see Francis and Derek Lewis again. I want to see a rematch of that fight because Lewis was here last week and he was saying his back was pretty fucked up going into that fight.
For the fight?
Yeah.
He knocked out Blaze the other week.
Yeah, dude. Crazy power. He's the only guy in the UFC in the heavyweight division that has that same kind of power that Francis has.
Got.
You can't make any mistakes with either one of those guys. Both guys have crazy power. That Blades knockout was brutal.
Good. It was an uppercut, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was good. It's a good shot, but for me, uppercuts is not my shots. It depends who you're fighting and what stance they got, but for me, uppercut's a hard shot to land.
Well, he just said, the way he was describing, he said Curtis bends in when he goes for a shot. He doesn't go down and drop to the knees and drive forward like a lot of other wrestlers do.
Yeah.
He bends down, and so they knew it, and they were timing it. And they were, scary.
The powerhouse is good. Even Francis, I think Francis probably beat him again if the fight, if to pick.
Who knows, man?
It's a good fight though.
It's one of those things though. Like Francis can't get hit by him.
Nah.
Nobody can get hit by Derek Lewis. Like he can knock out anybody.
Yeah.
Like both guys can knock each other out.
What does he weigh?
Derek?
Yeah.
It's got to be 270, 275, somewhere around then. And I think he cuts a little weight to get down to 265.
All on the chin.
Yeah.
Oh.
And his fucking head is this big.
Is it?
He's just so fucking giant. He can take it too. But do you remember when Sean Jordan knocked him out? Sean Jordan hit him with a hook kick. It's like crazy as shit. It was like real early in Derek's career. Yeah. But Jordan hit him with a fucking hook. And Sean Jordan is this really big football player, dude.
Yeah.
See if you can find that fight.
I ain't seen that.
It's crazy.
In the UFC?
Yeah. Yeah. He hit him with a hook kick. And then, like, you look at him and you're like, this guy's not throwing a hook kick. Because he's built like a football player. He's built like a lineman. He's so huge. And he gets his heel up there. And I think Derek was like, what the fuck did I just get hit with?
Clean out?
No, he dropped him and then he finished him off. If I remember it correctly. It was quite a while ago. I want to say it was like, 2015. Yeah. See, there, watch this. This is early. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? Like, how does it even get up there?
I know.
Watch this.
Was the lead? Ooh.
like out of nowhere.
I know the lead leg as well, right?
Yeah. Well, he kind of switched it right before he threw it. Oh, so then he got on top and then beat him up and then finished him this way. See, watch how he does this. Like he switched it. He kind of, yeah. That's a wild kick to see
For a big dude.
a giant dude like that throw. But he's a crazy athlete. Sean can do backflips and shit, which, you know, for a 260-pound heavyweight is pretty nuts to see.
So I love to learn the spinning side kick.
There it is. Oh, I wish I had a bag here.
Yeah, I love to learn it. I've been trying to do it, but always, even my knees are too high or something, it just doesn't feel solid, you know?
Yeah, it's a thing that you have to start out with the side kick. You learn how to throw the side kick properly first, and then learn how to do it in the air. Learn how to do the turning side kick in the air.
Yeah.
Because everybody does it on the bag, but if you learn it on the bag, the problem is you get used to spinning instead of turning. Like you do it in the air so that when you extend the kick, it goes straight. So that every time when I learned it on a line. Like you would do a line on the floor of the gym. So you would turn and then make sure the kick is on the same line as the heel.
Yeah.
So you turn and kick and then extend the leg, turn, kick, extend the leg, and then eventually go to hitting things. But if you do it that way, then you learn how to get the weight to go forward.
Yeah.
Because when people do it on a bag, you kind of get used to spinning your whole body into it.
That's all I do. Being like falling, like missing the bag and shit, you're going everywhere.
You can fuck your ankles up too, because you'll catch it with your toes, or you catch it with the ball of your foot, and it hyperextends your ankle.
You land it with your heel, right?
Yeah, you want to land it with the blade of the foot. Like,
have you ever stopped anybody with it before?
Oh yeah,
Have you?
yeah. That was my shit.
Good.
That's the only video I have of me fighting in a Taekwondo tournament is knocking somebody out with a spinning back kick.
You got it on there?
Yeah,
Can I see it?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. I was 19 when I was a wee lad.
A wee lad.
Yeah, it's a brilliant technique because there's so much torque in it. You know that
Yeah, nice. Good. If you can.
the movement has your legs. There it is. Boom.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. Boom.
Nah, sick.
See,
As he went to kick as well, right? You
yeah,
spin.
it's
He's
you can
in
catch someone.
pain.
It sucks. Yeah, it sucks. Getting hit with that is terrible. I mean, you see it in the UFC when guys get hit with it. It's just horrible kick.
Has anyone stopped anyone in the UFC with it? I've seen people throw it, but not like boom to stop the fight.
It's been a while. I know who was the last guy to do it? I'm trying to remember people who've stopped people. Charles McCarthy got stopped with it back in the day.
Yeah, I can't remember in a recent fight when someone got spinning
Um,
and get like stopped.
Dennis Seaver. Didn't Dennis Seaver used to stop people with it? I think he stopped somebody with it. I don't know, man. It'll work though.
Nah, it's a good technique for sure.
There's a dude in ONE FC that's got a fucking wicked one. There's
I like one to see.
Yeah.
There's that kickboxing like little gloves, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I like watching that. You can kind of use it for MMA, right? To what the techniques to use because some people, because it's smaller gloves, your block is different.
Mhm.
But these guys are.
Yeah,
these guys
this
are
dude. Look at that guy. Kevin, how do you say that? Or Bellingons. Yeah, he's a beast, man. This kid has got one of the best spinning back kicks I've ever seen. And it's off the side. It's a side kick. It's a turning side kick. Look at that. Boom. See how straight it is? It's brilliant. Look at that. Turns. Boom. I mean, it's like getting hit by a car.
Yeah, it's a timing of it as well. You probably can use it as well to set up your spinning back fist as well, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, just some guys that come from that Taekwondo background, they learn how to do it, and then they learn everything else. That's the key, I think. Oh, look at that. I think the key is and then he throws a wheel kick too. The key is learning that first, like when you're a young kid, and then learning all the other stuff later. Because I think
spinning?
Yeah, learning how to do like those kind of techniques, side kicks and turning side kicks.
Yeah.
And then learning takedown defense and striking, like Muay Thai and everything else later.
Why?
Because Taekwondo is only effective if you know all those other things. Like when I learned Taekwondo, one of the big wake-up calls was when I started fighting and kickboxing, and I was sparring against boxers and kickboxing, just getting fucked up. because my hands were terrible.
Oh, your range was different?
Yeah, my hands sucked.
Yeah.
Because I was just kicking. Because Taekwondo is just all kicking. But the thing about all kicking is you get really good at kicking.
Good at kicking, yeah.
Because you can do things that you really can't do if a guy's punching.
Yeah.
Right? You really can't get away
Different
with
range
them.
as well,
Yeah,
right?
different
Like,
range.
Overcrowd you with the shots.
Exactly. Exactly.
Makes sense.
But you could develop leg dexterity from doing it that way. And then once you get proficient at it, then you learn all the other stuff, and then you could actually apply it.
At it.
And
Now, I tried to do it before. Found like a good Taekwondo coach in the UK to just use the site, add tools to my arsenal, right? But
there's
like
a
I said,
video of me teaching GSP.
is it?
And and if you find the video of me teaching GSP, the thing about that video is that like you could see how I break it down. You could see what's important about extending the foot and like the difference between the way some people like to do it where your knee is low and you kick up, but you lose all the power in it. And the key is like having the knee up. That's why doing it in the air is so important.
Well, for the balance in the air?
See, like I was trying to show him like the difference between the way he does. Oh, this is him. Yeah. I don't know if this is before I showed him or. Really? It wasn't in the beginning?
No, because you weren't in. I skipped ahead in the video where there wasn't even anything going on.
Oh, I thought I kicked.
I thought I was showing it there. I guess.
I think it was way before that, man.
Man, you're just wiping the mat up. At the
No. Watch. I'm wiping the mat off at the beginning, but I think I had already thrown a kick by then. I think it's the very beginning.
How long did you do Taekwondo for?
I started there it is. It's the very beginning. I started when I was 15. I did karate when I was 14, and then when I was 15, I got really into Taekwondo. Yeah. But I'm wiping the mat down because the beginning of it is kind of fucked up. But if you watch that video, you can learn from it. I break it down. But
how would you set it up from? Let's say that I'm southpaw, right? So they're going towards my right, then you spin, right? When would you throw it? Your timing of it?
When someone's coming at you, it's the best because you can catch them coming in. Like if someone's coming at you, and especially if someone fights flat,
square up,
square up. But you could also set it up with other things. You switch stances. I see you do that a lot.
Yeah.
You can set it up as you switch stances. That's a good way to do it too. You can set it off a round kick. Like you throw a round kick and then like the round kick is almost like a setup for that.
Then you spin
so
into
throw
it.
the round kick and then boom, go into it. There's a lot of different ways to do it. But catching someone coming at you is the most effective because it's such a ruthless counter because their weight is coming forward and then you extend.
Crash, right?
Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible.
So just land it in the solar plexus. It's like the knee. When you land a good knee in the solar plexus.
Oh, yeah.
Takes the wind out of you, man. The body shot's like a crazy technique, right? Just shuts your whole body down if you land it properly.
You're such a good athlete. If you just found someone who is a Taekwondo coach that could show you how to do it right, you would pick it up.
Yeah, I was trying to find something that's
so
good.
Well.
Yeah, I'm trying to find some. I'm good at like roundhouses, like head kicks, body kicks. But I don't think it's the
turn.
Yeah, the turn. I'm almost like falling short.
I can show you afterwards just
sure.
the turn part of it. It's not hard to learn. But the thing is, like, you got to learn it on the air. Learning it in the air is the best way to do it.
Yeah, keep your balance right. You just did it a minute ago. Just keeping your leg here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like falling over when I'm doing it.
It's the whole idea is to get the weight going forward as you kick. Like sometimes people kick and when they hit things, they're actually bouncing off. You want to just make sure the weight is going forward.
Yeah, that's me. I bounce off. So I'll work on it. It's a good technique to use. You know, I'm always interested in adding to my arsenal.
Yeah.
That's why I added my elbows and started using my elbows. And I caught Gunnar Nelson with a good one, you know, in RDA and even Cowboy. It's a good technique. I realized in MMA, the inside fighting, not many fighters at school and fight on the inside. To get to that, like lock up over unders, they end up start grappling or you throw a few leg stomps, knees to the body. But they're not very schooled in like using the tie up to opening for elbows and for knees, you know. So I thought I'd add that to my arsenal, and it's been working good.
Have you done any training in Thailand?
No.
Did you ever wanted to do that?
I love to go there. I always say every year I'm going to Thailand this year, but I never get to go.
That seems like if I was fighting, like that would be like the place I would want to go, the motherland. Go to the motherland and learn like one of them crazy gyms that's outdoors. And, it's just.
I watch it on YouTube. It's like, it's a Padman, right? It was like harder, bang, he kicks him, then like he goes to kick, then like just kicks his legs away, and
Yeah.
I was like, you're not learning you're not learning nothing.
Yeah, there's some bad guys over there that are hilarious. It's just amazing that this one country figured out this incredible way to fight. It's really wild,
and
right?
it's effective.
Fuck yeah, it's effective.
It's crazy. It's not big either, right? Like in the UK anyway. It's not like a popular sport, you know. Like paid, doesn't
Yeah.
get paid much, but it's weird, really.
It is weird
Yeah,
because
it's
everybody
weird.
likes
It's entertaining.
stand-up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, everybody likes stand-up fights, but yet Muay Thai, for whatever reason, as a pro sport,
Yeah.
never really took off in America. They have
But
like
look at Glory. Glory's big.
it's
In-
not that big,
Yeah, to be fair, it's not big in the UK.
unfortunately.
Well, I went to watch Rico.
Bader?
Yeah. No, I went Bader. Who did he fight? I can't remember who he fought. And I went to Holland to watch him. There's like 30,000 people in the arena. I was like, what the hell?
Oh, they don't fuck around in Holland.
I was like, what the fuck?
In Holland, it's
Yeah,
huge.
it's huge. Cause
Yeah.
he came to the UK to have a fight, and it didn't sell much, you know. And but when I went to Holland, I thought it would be the same thing, but it was like a big arena with 30,000 people.
No, it's huge in Holland. I mean,
Yeah.
kickboxing in Holland is so. I mean, think about all the champions: Ernesto Hoost, Rob Kamen,
Tell you what I love to watch.
Ramon Deckers.
Go Kansaki's
Gokhan Saki, yeah, Turkish Tyson. He's a bad motherfucker.
I like
Yeah.
to watch him, man. His
Yeah.
combinations together.
Yeah,
Good.
no, he's wicked. The fights in Glory, Glory and K1, they're so exciting. But for whatever reason, it just never took off in America like boxing or like MMA.
Same in the UK, which is weird because like I said, it's striking, right? Everyone
Yeah.
loves seeing knockouts, and so I don't know what it is to. I don't know.
They don't know either.
Yeah, it's
no
weird.
one knows like what it takes to make it big.
Big,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah. It's weird, really, but I love boxing because it's got a long history behind it, you know, and you can trace it back to slavery days and stuff like that. So that's the reason why I love boxing. I love to watch like old school documentaries and just the mindset of the fighters back in the day and
Yeah.
where they approach their game.
we were just talking about Hagler before the podcast started, and how crazy it is that he's gone. I just can't believe it. It's just
Yeah, I
I
couldn't
thought
believe it.
that guy, like, he was so disciplined. When I was a kid, I remember I talked about it in this Instagram post that I made. They had some profile of him when he was
Yeah.
preparing. I think he was preparing for a Mustafa Ham show, and he was running on the beach, and it was
That's
in
what
the
I wanted
winter.
to ask you about. 'Cause I remember watching you and Tyson was on the podcast, right? He's running in the snow screaming "War!"
Yeah.
And I was trying to find it all week for fight week.
Fuck, man. I wish I
I was
could
like,
find it. It was.
Where? I was like,
Do you know where it is? No.
I couldn't find it
I
nowhere.
went looking for it too. No one can find it.
Yeah,
Fuck.
I mean, like typing in war on
Yeah,
YouTube.
there's like threads about. I heard Rogan talk about
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I
find
can't
it.
find it. I
Fuck.
can't find it nowhere. I was like, where does he see that? I'm not trying to find it. But
Some local news show. It's like I was probably like 15,
yeah,
and I remember just watching it, going, because he was so, and he was doing sit-ups and push-ups, and he was just so disciplined.
nah,
Like,
it was.
nobody was more conditioned than Hagler. Nobody. Like he would just when he fought Mugabe, he just kept the heat on him. Just kept the heat on
I
him.
watched that. I watched that last week.
Fuck, that fight was crazy. Mugabe was putting people to sleep. I remember I was working at this boxing gym, and they were talking about Mugabe like long before he fought Hagler. But he fought this dude and gave him brain damage. He knocked him out. It's like the guy was never the same again. It's like there's certain guys that just have punching power that's just out of this world, and Mugabe was one of them. Do you remember Julian Jackson?
No, I don't think so.
Fuck. Julian Jackson was another one. He had this. They called him the Hawk. He had this crazy punching power. I mean, he looked like a solid guy,
yeah.
but for whatever reason, when that guy would touch
Touch
people,
you,
they would
gone.
just stiffen up. Like, Julian Jackson is like one of the most ferocious power punchers ever in the history of boxing.
Yeah, I love Hagler. I'm watching him all week, which is weird, right? Because I haven't watched Hagler for like about a year, 2 years. I haven't watched him, but for some reason, I just felt that energy last week, fight week. So from Sunday to when I got to Vegas, I was just watching him. I was posting on my Instagram, I even posted on my Instagram all week. I was posting him, and then just before I left to go to the Apex, I was watching his fights. Then I went to my room to have a little rest. Then I got a message that Hagler's dead. I was like, I just posted him like an hour ago. He's like, I was like, that's fucking crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, but like I said, his discipline and the way he worked, and that's inspiration to me, you know.
Yeah.
And I watched his documentary. It's like his first 30 fights, I think he didn't get paid no more than like, he said like $12,000 or something. Because there was no like, nobody wants to fight him, you know, and just I took inspiration from that.
You know what else I love? He got out on top. He's
Yeah.
like, I'm done. Tried to get a rematch with Sugar Ray Leonard. Sugar Ray Leonard said no, and he's like,
I
all
thought
right.
he won that fight as well. When I
did too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought he won when I watched it.
It was a split decision, right? I
Yeah.
think it was. And so he just said, good, I'm done. That's it. Out on top. And the rest of his life spoke well. Never had problems with, you know, with
What
slurred
do you think that
speech.
is? Because some people, yeah, they like for example, Ali. You know, I know it took loads of punishment, but for some reason, some people get it, some people don't get it. What do you think that is?
Well, there
Why?
is a gene. I think it's what is the gene that makes someone more likely to get
it.
CTE? I think it's APOE4. I think that's what it is. But there's a gene variant that Rhonda Patrick discussed, Dr. Rhonda Patrick discussed when she was on the podcast, that it specifically makes people more
Likely?
susceptible
Yeah, to get it.
to CTE. Yeah, but it's like heavyweights, man. I mean, you think about the punishment that Ali took from Frazier, from Foreman. I mean,
Yeah.
big guys,
And
Larry
later on in his
Holmes.
career as well.
Yeah,
Like sitting on the ropes and rope it up.
yeah. I mean, Trevor Berbick. Those were terrible, terrible fights to watch. What he just was getting battered, and you know, and also Larry Holmes was his sparring partner.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, just imagine sparring with Larry Holmes all the time.
Every week, yeah.
Yeah, just that's where a lot of the damage comes from, unfortunately.
Sparring?
And this is what Max Holloway's thought process is about not sparring. He's like, I want to keep my head fresh, so when I fight, I don't have, you know, I'm not going in there already banged up.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like I already know how to fight.
Yeah.
He goes,
Like with me, I don't spar out of camp, but in camp I spar, you know. But when I'm not in camp, I don't spar at all. I do like obviously wrestle spar and jiu-jitsu spar, but I don't do headshots spar. But in camp I spar headshots.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think everyone's different, right? It's like it's up to you. If it works for you, works for you. Like Max Holloway looked fucking great last time we fought. You know,
Can't argue with that.
So it's like you can't argue with him, right? His way worked for him. So
He's such an interesting guy too, because he's so unassuming.
yeah,
Like if you met him, you would have no idea.
yeah. I met him in Vegas.
If you're just hanging out with him, you're like,
yeah.
oh, he's this friendly guy who's just a stone cold fucking killer when he gets in there. You know?
Nah, he's good. But he's like durable as well. You know,
Yeah.
he knows what he's doing, man. But he doesn't throw like power shots. He's like tap tap tap,
Yeah.
just in your face. You know,
Yeah.
touching, and I like him. He's good.
He's amazing. You know, I'm really interested to see next weekend Volkanovski is going to fight Brian Ortega. That's an interesting fight
That's
too.
a good fight. That's this
Really
weekend,
good
right?
fight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good fight. Yeah, I think. What do you think?
Well, you know what? When you see how good Max Holloway is, then you got to appreciate how good Volkanovski is.
Yeah.
Because Volkanovski beat him twice. Second fight was very close. A lot of people thought Max
for
could have
sure.
won that fight. But bottom line is, everybody else, Max is running over.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, except Dustin Poirier. But that's at 155.
Yeah,
that's
it's
not
different.
his weight
Yeah,
class.
you can't. It's like Izzy, right? You can't judge him from that performance because that's not his weight class. He tried, but that's not his weight class. You know.
I wonder if he does it again. And if he does it again, I wonder if he decides to gain weight this time. I wonder what his approach is going to be.
But then it's gonna be hard to come back down to
85?
middleweight, right?
Maybe.
So it's like, if I was him, I wouldn't do it again. Not now, anyway. Unless I'm gonna want to move up permanently, then I'll build like John Jones is doing. I'll build my body into it.
Yeah.
You know, and so.
Well, there's good fights for him at 85. The winner of Kevin Holland and Derek Brunson, that's a big fight. If Holland can win, Holland, I mean, that kid's a star.
Yeah,
if he can
sure.
win.
I think he wants to fight Darren Till as well, right?
Yeah, well, Darren Till's going to fight Vettori. Marvin Vettori gave Izzy one of his hardest fights. That guy is fucking good.
Nah, he's good. He's good.
Yeah. Vettori is probably one of the most underrated guys in that division.
Nah, it's tough. That was a good fight. I'd probably go Darren, but I think that'd be a good fight.
Yeah.
Sure.
And Calvin Gastelum is now going to step in and fight Robert Whittaker, which is interesting too.
Did they fight before? Or they was meant to fight before?
They were meant to fight before, I believe.
They didn't fight, did they?
No, I don't think they ever fought before. I think they were meant to fight, and something happened. I'm trying to remember.
They did Tough, right?
Did
no?
they?
No, I didn't do it.
Oh, no.
I saw a picture the other day. There's
Really?
like, both in tough clothes. I don't know if they're in the house together or what.
I don't know. I like Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series better than Tough. Because I don't want all that
Yeah.
drama shit and arguing
Yeah,
over who ate whose asparagus. Whitaker and Gastelum were scheduled to fight when Whitaker was still champion. In 2019, Whitaker's home country of Australia canceled the morning of the event when Whitaker was hospitalized and underwent emergency surgery for a collapsed bowel and internal hernia. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's right. It was the day of the fight.
I remember that.
Oh, that's right.
That'd be good. Whitaker looked great since getting beat by Izzy.
Yeah, he looked fucking amazing.
His side kicks that he does to the knee as well is good technique to use against wrestlers anyway.
Well, he learned it from Yoel. You know, Yoel fucked him up in their first fight.
Is that he using it?
Yeah, Yoel hurt his knee. He fucked up his knee in the first fight doing that. And then
You think that should be illegal? No.
How are you gonna make it illegal?
Nah, you can't make it illegal.
You
but
can't. You can't make it illegal.
I know people are saying, "Oh, you should make it illegal," but
I know even Wonderboy said that. Like, how are you saying that?
Did he?
Yeah, he said he doesn't.
He uses
like
it though, right? Wonder Boy.
I guess you use it because it's legal.
Yeah.
But you wish it wasn't legal. I guess maybe.
Nah, leave it. I think it's a fight.
It's a fight.
Yeah, leave it.
How come heel hooks are legal then?
It's like that elbow, the 12-6 elbow.
That's ridiculous. Put that back in.
Yeah,
Make that-
throw it back in there.
It's crazy.
It can do every other angle.
Yeah, it's so dumb. But do you know where it came from?
Where?
Big John McCarthy told me that it came from the athletic commissions had watched ESPN, and they had, you remember they used to have those karate demonstrations where they break bricks? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They thought that was too powerful, that technique was too dangerous.
The fuck?
The 12
The fuck? Did it?
Exactly. That's where it came from. That's why the 12-6 elbow is
What the-
illegal. It's
Oh,
so
shit.
dumb.
That's mad. I didn't know that was the reason.
That's the reason. And it's still illegal, which is really hilarious. It's like a legacy rule. I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
Nah, I think just
I mean, this elbow's harder.
yeah,
This-
exactly.
This
I think
elbow's
I can,
harder than this.
Yeah, I think I can generate more power.
Fuck yeah.
This way than coming down this way.
Yeah, it's a more
You know?
natural move.
Yeah.
It's because you're throwing your shoulder in it. This is just
And you can
seems
like put your
odd.
whole hips into it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
So I think they should put it back in there.
I think so too. There's a lot of things that should be back in there. I wonder if knees to a grounded opponent. Like, what did you think about that Aljamain Sterling Piotr Jan ending?
I think if it was hurt, right? If it's generally hurt, then I think it's justified. But if it wasn't hurt and he just did it just to get a title, then it's different. But it was clearly an illegal shot.
It was clearly illegal. But why is that illegal? That's my question. Like, if you have two hands
Yeah.
and you have one knee down, why is it illegal to hit someone with a knee?
I don't know.
Why can't you can do this? Why would it be illegal?
Be illegal?
I can kind of get it if your both hands are on the ground.
Yeah.
Maybe I kind of get it, but even then I don't get it. I think the problem is the cage. That's the problem.
The cage?
Yeah, because if there was no cage, here I go with this again. I go with this every few months. I go on a rant about this, that they should just have it like a basketball arena. Like if you're playing basketball, right?
Yeah.
There's no cage around those guys.
Yeah.
They're running around. They have a big space.
Yeah, but what about like?
Put them in the middle.
Yeah, but what about like war wrestling and shit?
Yeah, but why?
Why wrestle?
But why wall wrestling? See, that's the thing. It's like you're using the wall becomes a part of the strategy.
Yeah.
You're pushing someone against it, or you're pushing off of it to get back up. But if you just have open space, first of
Yeah.
all, it's easier for everybody to see.
Yeah.
Like, they do a lot of kickboxing tournaments like that where they
Open?
don't have rings now. I've seen kickboxing tournaments where they just lay mats out.
Do they?
Yeah, like amateur smokers.
Yeah.
Like there was one on there's a fucking one of those Muay Thai pages I was watching them a couple of days ago. But if that was the case, then you could do all sorts of shit that you can't do, like knees to a downed opponent. Because the problem is if someone's trapped. Like if you're trapped against the against the cage,
the Allergen Sterling one, you was in the middle of the
Right.
octagon, right? You just fucking
that's why it
kneed
seems
him
like
in
it
his
should be. It kind of seems like that should be legal to me. You can punch him, but you can't knee him. Why? Why can you punch him in the face? If the guy's down
Yeah,
like that, why is it okay to elbow him in the face, but you can't knee him? I
wonder why that is. Why
Yeah.
they chose to do that, you know? But it's like, where do you draw the line, right?
Yeah.
You have to draw the line somewhere, so
I guess
otherwise people getting like stomps. I don't believe stomps should be like legal
stomps on the foot.
to the head.
Oh, you don't think it should be illegal?
No, yeah, it should be illegal.
Should be illegal, yeah.
Like, that's like
Remember Pride, but they used to allow stomps?
Yeah.
Some Vanderlei Silva knockouts were ruthless. He just stomping on a dude's head.
Nah, that's like barbaric, right? It's just like...
It's kind of barbaric.
Yeah, it's like, where do you draw the line to sport and madness, you know?
Like soccer kicks. Like, that was the other thing about Pride. They allowed soccer kicks. It made it exciting.
Yeah, but...
It's wild shit.
For the general public, they'll be like, what the fuck is happening? Getting stomped in your head. And
I used to think that they should have no gloves. I used to think that you should be able to fight with no gloves because I was like, well, why is it okay to hit someone with a shin, but your knuckles have to be padded? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, your fucking hands probably break, right?
Well,
or fragile and shit.
It's also the cuts.
Yeah.
Like when you watch that bare knuckle fighting championship, you realize people just get sliced open.
Nah, you have to have gloves. I think it should change. I think UFC should looking like changing the gloves. But I don't know what you could change it to is a question, you know?
Onyx, Trevor Whitman's company, has the best glove. Yeah, they're the best. I mean, they're so superior to the gloves they use now.
Yeah.
They're completely... It's like you would know this better than anybody that the UFC gloves make your hand want to open.
Yeah, it's just like, it's just pads there, right? Nothing stops it from doing this.
Yeah.
You know?
It almost like forces your hand into an open position and you got to fight against it to close your fist.
Yeah. Especially when you got wraps on.
Yeah.
It's not naturally like this anyway, but you have to, like you said, you have to fight to close your fist. For sure.
But the Onyx gloves that Trevor Whitman designed, your hand is always curved. Your hand is curved. So if you want to open it up, you can, but the resistance is to open it.
Yeah.
So your hand is in a natural fixed position like this, and I think it's going to prevent a lot of hand breaks because I think it's
that
better
will affect the grappling part of it.
This is that's a boxing glove. If you get to Trevor Whitman, his MMA gloves.
I was just looking around for like a good.
Oh, if you go to his, I'm pretty sure if you go to his website, if you go to Onyx, his Onyx, I don't know what he call. Is it Onyx Equipment?
Onyx Sports.
Onyx Sports. It's the best MMA glove I've ever seen by far. And I know the UFC that's the his boxing glove again. Does he have a menu where you can see the equipment? There it is. Yeah. He came. Where is it?
Just his training glove. It's the only
Yeah,
glove
I finished to look into it.
Oh, does he not have it for sale?
That's the only glove on there.
What? He doesn't have it for sale? Yeah, I guess he doesn't have it up there. That's so weird. I wonder why it's not on his website. I know you could find it somewhere, but I wish I had a pair so I could show you.
Yeah, I think I should at least look into do something to do the gloves. You know, it's been the same gloves now for how
forever.
Long. Yeah, forever. So that boxing right there to like move up from back in the day.
Yeah, like even Pride's gloves are better. Pride's gloves, like there was way less eye pokes in Pride, and I think that was part of it because they're curved.
Yeah.
They had more of a like more form fitted to a fist. But the Whitman ones are by far the best. No, nothing anywhere?
I know how to find
it. It's
all
all
right.
right. Okay.
Nah, it's all good.
It's just a way better design. The way he has it, and the knuckles are way more protected. It's like it forms around your knuckles. It's really excellent.
Yeah. That's it?
That looks like Pride, dude. That one on the left? Yeah, that's the one on the left is the Pride glove. But you can see in that one how it's curved. They got to do something. I thought maybe even there's a way to cover the fingers.
Nah, I don't want to cover the fingers. You want to grapple, right?
I know, but would it be like, you remember those old school bag gloves?
Yeah.
Couldn't it be something like that where it covers the fingers that way?
You won't be able to like,
kinda.
Yeah, kinda, but your grips and you want to feel the grips, right?
I know.
It's like,
well, it actually might be better in a way because like you'd have like when your hands get slippery.
Yeah.
If you had the texture of the leather, you could kind of hold on to things maybe a little bit
you have
better.
to like feel. I like to like feel, you know.
Yeah.
Feel the grips. I think with the gloves you can like probably start slipping off or whatever it is. When you're solid, you can start playing around with grips. It's different. You
How
know?
often do you do straight jiu-jitsu?
Once a week.
Once a week? That's
but
it?
I wrestle 3 times a week, 4 times a week, you know. So I like grappling. I don't really focus much on jiu-jitsu. I like MMA. Jiu-jitsu is like MMA grappling, right? I don't really focus on just doing gi jiu-jitsu, you know.
Right.
I do grappling, you know, which is wall wrestling, open mat wrestling, rolling. So yeah, I never really I used to, but as I get older, I kind of just do specific for the sport that I'm doing. It was MMA. I don't care about not being a black belt, you know.
You don't care at all? No?
My coaches kept up. I have to. I hate the gi, right?
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I was thinking stupid because you're grappling with a guy and he's grabbing your collar. You're like, it's not realistic, you know. But when you're free flowing, and you got no top on, you can free movement. And it's better for me, you know. But my coaches keep telling me I need to do it to get my belt, but I can't do it.
Yeah, it's kind of weird for MMA fighters. I think for MMA fighters, no gi is much more easily applicable. Yeah. But some people like the gi for the defensive purposes, like because you have to get out of things correctly. Like you have to really, like arm bars and things like that. You have to be very technical in getting out because you can't just explode because you're wrapped up. So you have to like follow all the correct steps. And the thought process is that if you learn how to grapple correctly with the gi, your defense would be better.
It definitely makes it more tighter, you know what I mean? Because when I roll guys that do the gi, they're definitely more tight, you know. But for me, I also want to do MMA, right? I don't want to compete in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
So,
no, never. You never want to.
I used to when I was a kid. When I was younger, I used to do jiu-jitsu tournaments and stuff like that. But now I just want to farm up my game around MMA. So everything I do has to fit into MMA, you know. So yeah.
Yeah, you're so focused on your career, you have to, right?
Yeah, I think it's hard to take time off to go do a pure jiu-jitsu competition.
Also, you can get injured.
Exactly, you can get injured, and so yeah, I think everything you do, you should do it so it benefits your art and what you're gonna do in MMA. You know, but you should own. I got teammates that do compete in both MMA and jiu-jitsu. I mean, they enjoy doing jiu-jitsu, but I enjoy MMA. I enjoy doing all of it, you know.
Do you think you'd take a kickboxing fight? That's more your...
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, 100%. I love striking, I love boxing, I love kickboxing. So there's a possibility for sure. You know what I mean? Depends on opportunity, what comes up. But I love a boxing fight more than anything. You know, I got good boxing. When I'm like a weird one, right? I can adjust my style to do what I want to do. So if I want to when I go to a boxing gym, I can be a boxer. You know, I can same guard that they have, and so yeah, I think it depends on the opportunity.
How long do you see yourself fighting?
It depends. I don't know, 38 probably, 37, 38.
37, 38?
Yeah, I don't know. I might get to 37. I feel good. I keep going, you know. So
that's the thing, right? With modern science,
exactly,
and learning how to recover better. And
yeah, exactly. So it all depends on what. So I got 10 years probably. Then I probably hang it up, start teaching.
Is that what you want to do when you retire? You want to be a coach?
Yeah, I want to. I'm all about giving back, right? So that's I started a charity as well with me, Darren Till, Jimmy Manuel in the UFC to do with knife crimes in the UK, because in the UK obviously guns are illegal. Not even the police carry guns, you know, but knife crimes in the UK is big, you know. So I started a charity that's going to help with at-risk youth that's involved in stuff like that, and we're partnered up with the police with a charity that's called Legacy in the UK. They're already in the field, and we're trying to basically go there, teach classes. If the kids obviously show up and behave, then we'll pay for their gym membership for the year and just stuff like that. Anything to do with giving back, that's my passion, you know. And
what is the name of your charity?
I can't remember the name of it. It's called Knife Youth. I can't remember. Youth Mentoring Program. Part of the UFC, they sponsor us a kit, and finance and helped us, and because one of my friends got killed last year, knife crimes, you know, and I've lost so many friends from knife crimes, from getting stabbed, that if I can do anything to give back and to help, that's my passion.
Well, that's a very worthy cause, man. It is a giant issue in the UK, right?
Mm-hmm. It's big.
It's kind of crazy.
He got stabbed on Father's Day.
Oh shit!
It's fucked up. His cousin called him out for help, basically. On Father's Day, he had his daughter with him. So he fucking took his daughter to in the car to go pick his cousin up, and then fucking got stabbed with his fucking, and then bled out on the floor in his neck.
Oh Jesus
Fucked
Christ!
Up. So yeah, anything you can do to help with anything to do with that, I'll help, you know.
And so that and working with young up and coming fighters. That's what you would like to
for
do
sure.
when you get done.
Yeah, 100%. As I said, this is why I want to achieve being a world champion, coming from where I come from, right? So I can just show them that if you can touch it, like I said, it's more realistic. So that's my passion, to give back to these young kids, and especially kids that's at risk or coming from broken homes or poor families. And if you can help one or two, help them, right? So that's it.
Well, Leon, I'm glad you got some attention from your last fight, and I'm sure you're going to get more. But I just want more people to understand how good you are, because it's so rare that someone gets to the level that you're at, and just for unfortunate circumstances doesn't have the same amount of attention. You know, usually when a guy's as good as you are, everybody fucking knows. I think a lot more people know now, but
it's getting there, you know.
I want everybody to know.
Same. It's getting there, you know. Yeah. I think fight by fight it will come. I think obviously getting more push from the UFC as well will be good as well, you know what I mean? So, fight by fight, the more I beat these guys out there, the more I beat the guys, they think that's good.
Yeah,
the recognition
for sure.
will come, right?
So you're going to go and talk to the UFC. You're flying to Vegas tonight, right?
Yeah.
And do they have a timeline, do you know, about when they'd like to see you back in there again?
I would like to be back straight away, because that fight was like one round, right? I didn't get to get in my flow. So straight away, really, I think the same May. We're trying to get Colby Covington, right? So we'll see what he says. Probably May, early June, May.
Okay.
So we'll see. But I want to be active this year. I had a long year and a half off. So if I can bang them out, I'll keep banging them out.
All right, brother. Well, thank you very much for being here. I'm a fan. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And goodbye, everybody.